Miloš stay alive for long enough? Miloš now trying to run away. Creator joining over there. They want to pick up Beowulf. If they do, then it's going to be massive. But Kamil is low. Miloš is low. They get Beowulf though.
Beowulf is dead. That is the advantage here for Oops. They have the extra gun now. Can they make the gun work on them? Deka and Inspirer, double mouse are going to come head to head in this middle road. Raging Potato taking a little bit of damage, but Oops can take a little bit of a breather now. They need to start focusing their shots, decide who they want to go for. Kerloid coming around the backlines. Great shot there! Great shot there from the mouse into Kerloid, and he takes a bit more damage there.
Miloš now coming as well to kill Kerloid. The rush falling to pieces slowly. It's 5v7. It might be Oops after all. To bring this round, they're up 1000 HP. They have the gun in the game. This is Oops. This is Oops making it work. And Elevate better be screaming right now because Oops has every advantage. A slide drops towards 543 HP. It should be Oops.
Oops holding on to their HP right now, continuing to put the pressure onto Rush. What can he do right now? Kerloid is down in T100. Beowulf is down in the IS-7. Slide in his AMX-50B. If he tries to push into this fight, they're going to focus him down. Oops have the tanks that can push into this. They have the gun advantage. It's 7 on 5. Rush, what are you going to pull out your pocket right now?
The rotation power for Rush has been lost. Kerloid is dead. Beowulf is dead. The cap has started. Oops just needs to control the angles. You can see the setup. You can see how they're covering anywhere and everything at the same time. Oops with the beautiful setup, an IS-7 and a bot down the zero line. Carol from the cap, Raging covering as well. I see no way forward for Rush. I see no openings.
Rush are pulling back from the capture circle right now. There's an IS-7 sitting in here, capping. Nobody's challenging them. It looks like the tanks of Rush in the small city don't quite know what they want to do, Daki. Oops have all the angles covered here. Strike getting further shots as he tries to move across here. 2 shots going into him. Oops have everything. They have all the angles covered right now.
Dead zone grabbing a reload. Slide goes down towards Decha. Cap still on. 1 minute and 9 seconds remain. And Oops now against just 4 guns from Rush. Carol still capping. Abacha going to be probably joining him. And this is it. This is Oops. They're coming now with double bat down the middle as well. They see the rotation from Rush. They want to end the game. Double cap, triple cap in a second or two.
Oops smell blood. The Sharks are circling and they're going in for the kill right now. Triple cap now started. Rush, can you come in and reset this? I don't think you can because you're going to take an absolute beating when you try to do so. 6 seconds left. Rush, you're fighting for your place in the tournament. Are you going to go down with a fight or are you going to go down with a whimper? 5 seconds left to go. Can you do this? I don't think you can. This is going to be Oops, top of their group. Elevate are going to be second, but no, there's a last minute reset. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's only 2 tanks left for Rush and they are not going to continue in this tournament.
It doesn't matter, just like you said, Inspirer, the last gun alive for the side of Rush. They tried, but this entire tournament just not good enough. Oops even abandoning the cap, wanting to close out the kill. It doesn't matter that it's 4-3 because this match is over and Rush is going out.
Rush, you fought hard, but in the end it doesn't matter. Oops are going through top of their group. Elevate are going to go second. Eta Gege, unfortunate there for Rush, but you are going to be watching the rest of this tournament from the sidelines.
Eta, Prosta, Ge, Oops have done it. Oops have brought Rush out of this tournament. World champions 2 times round, but now not making it out of groups against the European and the North American team.
Whoa, Daki. I think me and you are going to need a bit of a rest after this one, mate.
I don't know, man. I think this match, it says 4-3, but in my books, it's closed. It's over.
Done and dusted. Oops now can rest, sit back, elevate, pop the champagne, start up the marching band. You're going through to the quarterfinals with your fellow teammates, top tier. It is 2 American teams in the quarterfinals, 3 European teams in the quarterfinals, and only 2 out of 3 Russian teams.
I didn't hear a lot of noise coming out from the CIS side because there's just nothing to be happy about. They got defeated. Rush, hometown favorites are being sent back to their homes because, oops, they've done it, and there's no point here. Whatever Rush does, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Hashtag it doesn't matter. Nothing can change the results. All they can do is fight for a little bit of pride left to say, we beat Oops. But realistically, Oops have beaten them no matter the result now.
Even there on match point, they look defeated because they are. It is Oops that pick up 3 rounds, and let's be honest here, throughout this match, those 3 rounds are well-deserved. They fought for it. They fought for it hard. They brought it back on Mainz being 2-0 down. Himmelsdorf, Oops had it almost on both rounds, to be honest. And now on Ruinberg, they've shown it. This was risky play. Miloš Kamil dropping low, but getting Beowulf and Kriloid as well, pushing up and over. A mistake.
Brilliant. Brilliant play here for Oops. My voice is starting to go, Dake. But that was just outstanding. The cap resets coming in, but they didn't matter in the end. They had the overmatch. Oops just said, okay, boys, let's go. Let's just take it to them. Let's just take them out. And Rush, you can see the defeat in their face. They know what this means now. The noise behind us, everyone around us, Dake, us screaming for Oops, the Russian guys screaming for the survival of Rush, the players behind us making noise when they won. And, yep, back to the drawing board for Rush. Well, more like, instead of Rush, now they're going to be wait.
More like leave.
Like leave. Wow. I mean, they made them fight for it, and they made them fight for it. The team Killzone looking happy with himself.
Deja there, top damage again. What a performance from him throughout this match, at least. Topping the charts over and over again for the side of Oops. No Rush players to be found. I guess they went home already.
I wonder what the chat is like in the Russian stream right now, to be honest.
Suck.
You know, drum kits out, get the marching band going, Dake. Great result there for Elevate. To pull things around when Elevate got defeated by Oops 5-0, and then Elevate pulled it out the bag yesterday to defeat Rush 5-1. Not defeat, to spank Rush 5-1. A really unexpected result.
Maybe Insane was the problem. Kappa.
Wait, maybe Insane is still giving him tactical advice, but he can sit back and say, boys, look where we got to, look where we are. Excellent result for European teams. Excellent result for the American teams as well in this situation. And, you know, even gods can bleed.
Yeah, now we go back on towards Ruinberg and Rush, having to play it out, having to try. I mean, they need to finish this match.
What can you do? Yeah, I mean, how can you?
They might as well.
Come on, boys.
They might as well win this round.
Yeah.
So they get to leave earlier.
If I was Oops, I'd just be like, okay, boys, just let Rush win. Like we've done our work. Rush would just be like, guys, you know, it doesn't matter. Let's get into this one though. It is going to be the second round here on Ruinberg. Rush now on the attack. It is 4-3. Oops on the defense. Blue side, Rush on the red side attack. Rush playing for pride here. They want to take at least the match, at least salvage something from today's fighting.
And the Anatoly is going super aggressive. Arena T100, he does get spotted out, so not going to be able to stay safe in that bush. It's Kamil in front of him, takes the first shot of damage as well. Spots out Kamil. Kamil takes one on the run. But now Rush, it's going to be the A-line push, and let's see what Oops can do. Can they decimate these 4 IS-7s, and can they send them home as well?
Rush going to go across here, making the crossing as 4 IS-7 slide. Kerolide, Inspire and Strike. How much crossfire can go in? Kerolide already taking the first hit. Multiple shots being bounced. We've seen this before. The IS-7s can bounce a lot of shots. Multiple non-penetrating shots coming in. Kerolide though getting focused at the moment. Drop down to a one-shot. Raging Potato, side armor, best armor. Not the best tactic right now. It's Miloš picks up the kill on Kerolide.
Yeah, one of the IS-7s, Kriloid not making it across, but Oops doing the damage once more. That's so much and so significant on the side of Rush. Oops needs to flank around now though. It is a T100 shield. It looks like the Type 5s are going to be blocking off for Anatoly to make sure he can't be resetted. It's a good play, it's a good tactic. But can they make it, and can they bring it to the end of this round?
Let's see here as Oops start to push up around the city. Oops are not going to sit back in this one. At the same time, they want to be able to win this battle as well. They want that feather undercap. Kirilov taking a hit, double hit there from the 2 Type 5s. It could have been significantly more, but right now he's lucky. Return fire coming back, gets a reset into Beowulf, but it's Anatolich hiding behind him with all the capture points. We're down to 7 seconds. Can anyone get a reset in the Anatolich? Are they trying to go for splash damage? 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. There is a reset coming in at the dying moment.
Yeah, there is one reset, but 10 seconds left. They need to reset the Anatolich if they want to bring this to tiebreaker to have a chance to win this round. There is no angle. Deadzone looks for it, shoots towards the track with HE. It's not a reset. Rush coming out on Ruinberg attack. There is the reset, but the bleed on Oops, it's too significant. Raging Potato gets blown up as well, and it's just 5 tanks left standing for Oops. And Rush, they are going to close it out in style at least.
It's looking like Rush is still going to win the match, but That's all they are going to be winning today, because they will not be taking part anymore in this tournament. Oops, were able to get the reset there. They've bled a lot of HP going in for it. Shots still coming in from behind there, so Oops still could potentially turn this one around, but they're in a very difficult position to do so.
Yeah, they're in a very tough spot. Miloš going down the 0 line, still trying to get those different angles. Anatolic still capping. There's 19 seconds remaining on that one. Oops is starting to chip away from this HP. They're not doing bad. They are getting the connections that are needed.
Oops still continuing to fight to the end there. 420, no fire. Man's not hot as he doesn't get any blazing going. Rhino taking damage there, and his Type 5 Heavy Strike taking damage in his IS-7. Look at all the module damage and crew damage coming across here on Rush. Beowulf has lost his gunner. He's in a one-shot, 99 HP. Coming around the corner here. There's another shot. Deca lining one up for a reset. Can he get the kill here on Beowulf? 16 seconds left in the cap.
5 seconds left for Deca's reload as well. There's another reset from Karol with HG on towards the Anatolic, and Oops, they brought this all even again, even in Rush. When they have the better setup, Oops is making it work, and this is it. Beowulf goes down now, and now Rhino being shot from the side. If he goes down, Karol should be able to get the resets over and over again, and Oops might actually recover yet again.
Oops, once again showing that when things look like to be against them, they are going to rise up to the challenge and say, you know what, we're not done, we're going to dictate this battle, you're not going to have it easy from us.
It doesn't look like Oops is about to take off the jacket just yet. Anatolic sitting on the cap, 1 minute and 42 seconds. Creator taking a lot in return. Anatolic, he is safe, but he can be resetted with HE.
He can't move, he's pinned in by the two Type 5s.
Karol might go down here in a second though, because he's getting pushed by an i7. That's Inspirer. Inspirer gets the kill, but Face with his life in return.
Inspirer going in against the gun of Deca. Deca with 2 shots left can shoot into Slide if he wants to. Misses with one, goes for another one, misses with that one as well. It's 4 guns of Oops against 3 of Rush. Anatolic is still in this fight, but he can do nothing because he's stuck between 2 Type 5 heavies in the cap circle. Once they drop strike, this is going to be Oops taking this one into tiebreaker. It's going to be 4-4.
Oops just can't, Rush just can't seem to catch a break in this match, even with the better setup. Oops with the reaction, Strike and Anatolic, the last 2 people standing here, and Oops, they are starting to add insult to injury, not only sending Rush home, but also bringing them to a tiebreaker.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oops have stepped up in this situation there. Without Insane, everyone thought this was going to be really difficult for them. Dead Zone replacing him, Insane unable to travel here to Russia, and Oops have said, don't worry guys, we've got this, and they have. It's now going into tiebreaker, and that tiebreaker is going to be Himmelsdorf.
Which they lost 2-0.
Yes.
Well, it was a different situation at that point in time, to say the least. At that moment in time, Oops was still, Rush was still playing for everything. Right now, they're playing for, you could say, a little bit less. They're already out of the tournament, so yeah, at least hopefully Oops can win this, add to the statistas.
My God, what a matchup between these 2 teams, Daki. What a matchup. 4-4, all tied at the moment. We're going to go into tiebreaker. Right now, the result of this match does not matter. If you're just tuning in, it's going to be, for that group, Oops top, it's going to be Elevate second, and as you can tell by the face of the players of Rush, they will be taking no further part in this tournament. First time ever, I think, Rush stroke formerly Navi have never been able to qualify out the group stage.
I think it's one of the first time ever so we don't see one of the Russian teams make it out of groups.
Maybe not. I think Not So Serious made it last time. Yeah, Not So Serious managed to get out of groups last time. They defeated, I think, Simp or something like that.
No, I mean like that. They didn't make it out of groups.
They didn't get out of groups. Yeah. And this was, this was always the great 2. Everyone was expecting, oh, it's going to be a tornado. It's going to be a Rush final. And well, not with this performance. America with Elevate kind of stepped up and went, psh, 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 psh. Sit down, lads. We're going to be going forward. And now Oops has said, well, sorry, lads, but we want to continue this this little roller coaster that we're on. And right now they're on the pain train, the one-way destination to the quarterfinals.
It is interesting to see. Even here, the cap is almost done. Karol gets those resets above.
Look at the HP difference in the teams. Like just the HP that Rush have on the most of their tanks there.
Just slowly but surely, Oops chips away the HP. Miloš from the 0 line, Dead Zone from the other corner, doing insane amount of work, and they just can't catch a break. Yeah, I think that their spirit is completely broken. That's arguably two EU teams now that have broken this team,
and that Ding broke them when they were Navi, and now Oops have broken them now that they are Rush. Although Elevate were the ones that kind of set them up. It was more like Elevate were crouching down behind them, and Oops just did the push to tip them over.
Seems like all the teams standing around Oops this morning did bring them towards victory at the end of the day.
That initial cam coming in. And this is not even our final match of the day. We still have Kazna Kru versus Tornado to go.
It's going to be hard to live up to this one, though.
I'm gonna have no voice by the time that match is finished. If that delivers anything like the hype we've just saw here, both teams want to qualify top of their group because realistically they then have an easier quarterfinal to play. Milosh coming in top damager, 5.7 in his Super Conqueror with Dead Zone.
Tornado is happy, man. They're
Dead
always
Zone, when he
happy.
doesn't shoot a teammate, can actually do a significant amount of damage.
A little bit of free farm, but yes, getting the shots onto target. Milosh, however, I think is the more significant one here with 5.8k damage for his team, making the dream come true. Tiebreaker now, and what beautiful storyline would it be for Rush, not only to lose once against Elevate, but lose a second time against Oops.
Beautiful storyline, depending on your perspective, Daki.
Man, I've got my box of tissues ready. I'm going to go give them to Aziz and the boys later.
For us, for sure. As EU casters, we're of course going to be biased towards our EU teams. But however, regardless of the situation of the teams, you always want to hype it regardless of what's happening. You want to sell the story. And right now, the story is that a Russian team are not getting out of groups. Pure and simple.
And not just any Russian team. This is Rush. World champions 2014, 2016, being at every single major tournament there is up to date. Pretty much played in every single one of those in the semifinals, in the finals, and now they are going to end this tournament.
Watch the next 2 days from the sidelines.
They end this tournament in 8th to 12th spot.
They can watch the quarterfinals. Here we go for the tiebreaker. It is all square, 4-4. Rush on the attack. Oops on the defense. Rush playing to salvage some pride here. Oops playing to just put the final nail in the coffin of Rush.
I mean, I think the coffin's already buried and put the
just the final scoop of dirt right now and signify it.
More like adding the stone or the flowers.
Adding it, yes.
Or engraving it with, this was Oops, GG.
Oops and Elevate send their regards, you know? Here we go. Let's see how this one's going to go. Rush on the red side on the attack. Oops on the blue side defending. Daki, how do you see this one going?
Slowly. We have the Type 5s from Rush, very slowly in that case. Some blind fire coming out. I really wonder how motivated they are to play this one out. It seems like they're still trying, which is good to see, but what can they do?
What can you do? I need you to protect their voices. Oh, Camille.
Camille going for the trade here. That's brave.
One-on-one. Whoa, like, 2-on-2. Camille came off worse there.
Yeah, it's some a little bit of
cheeky,
a little bit brave there. It's like Anatolich. I just knocked you out of the tournament. I want to knock you out of that window as well. The uppercut.
And Spider and Beowulf here moving down towards the banana roads along the 8 line, coming up to back up the Anatolich there in his bat chat. Oops, Type 5 heavy up in base. We're looking from the viewpoint of Rush, so we only see Rush's mini-map viewpoint at the moment. And there we see both teams at the moment now. We have the free cam.
When you try.
You try your best and you don't succeed.
Well, they didn't really get what they want.
And they didn't get what they needed either.
They didn't get both of those, to be honest.
I would say that Rush were definitely, however, stuck in reverse.
I mean, I think for them, all around them are familiar faces, but...
And I would say that right now, their manager is saying to them, you know, that he will try to fix you.
Yeah, some pots just can't be glued back together.
No, indeed.
Can't make tea out of a broken pot.
No. It's, yeah, it's not good at all for Rush. I mean, to try and get the motivation back into you, to try and not snap at your teammates and say, that was your fault, you know, we're losing this because of you, all that kind of stuff is so difficult to hold it together right now.
Looked like Karov almost had an angle there to get that shot. Good shooting from that 113. What a story, though. Oops, moving forward. How far can they get? They're only the 3rd seed of Europe.
They want this victory, though. They want to be, you know, hey, guys, we also defeated a Russian team.
Yeah, but it's
not quite as stylish as what Elevate did.
It's not the first time Rush gets beaten, is it?
No, no.
Oh, now we're just rubbing it in.
I mean, Elevate can be like, well done, guys, but, you know, we beat them 5-1, and then Oops will be like, yeah, but we beat you 5-0. So what does that say about this group, you know?
Camille now rotating towards the south. Oops, maybe looking for another play to make. It down a little bit of a hit points. Does look like that. Carol, Raging Potato starting to push up. Oops wants to find an opening here in this round. Not letting off the aggression just yet.
Bit of pressure there from Oops coming around the south of the map. Courtyard control here from Rush getting there safely. Anatolic getting across that gap. No damage coming out into him. Going to give his team some vision of what's going on with the lineup of Oops. He knows there's a Type 5 heavy above him. He knows he has a Type 5 heavy to the left of him.
Strike. Making it out of there before the boys from Oops get into position. Slide still hanging around in that area. Needs to be careful. But the trade's still going on. Oops going a little bit worse. Down 700 hit points, and now it looks like the grouping from the Oops boys, they are starting to go towards the K line. Camille getting spotted out, gives away a little bit of the game. Slide getting spotted out in return, so they know he's over there. The shot comes out from the hill, but for Rush, 8 line looks the way to go. K line is almost impossible, so they either go 8 line or they go back up on the hill, but going back on the hill would take them 2 minutes at the very least. So
and immediately Oops starting to relocate their tanks, knowing that nothing's happening down south, knowing that Rush are going to be trying to do something here up on base 2, and they're going to be ready for it when it does happen. The thing is like you said, Daki, we played this round, we played Himmelsdorf earlier on. It was an Oops pick, and Oops lost both rounds as well.
And now the 8 line push comes out. Beowulf, Strike, and Inspire. Decha
so
waiting.
Rush pick, my bad.
834 HP on towards Beowulf, who's bleeding more and more. So a good start from Oops, at least in this round now. All even, and they're still defending.
Rush starting to slowly push up now with these Type 5 heavies, aiming across, trying to do a snapshot as they go. All these Type 5 heavies are spotted, so Oops are going to be able to react to this. Anatolic is able to act as blocker there for any crossfire shots, but it doesn't matter because Oops were not really in position to be able to deal with that. But now Oops are going to start being in position. What Oops have to be careful of is that there's an E3 and a Type 5 heavy up on the hill. You have to be careful when they move down this D line.
Decha here trying to find the Anatolic. Can he get that Coppola shot? Can he get that snap off? Can he get it? He does! 804!
Nice shot there from Decha.
Already on 3.1k damage. That's pretty much everything that the boys from Rush have lost, and Anatolic now forced to run. Slide in the meantime running as well at 50B. Needs to be careful. He's getting chased. Carol.
And Anatolic in between a rock and a hard place. That's Creator, the fan favourite in Twitch chat, picks up the kill.
Creator sends him home, and it's going from bad to worse from Rush. Just getting decimated, outplayed, out-rotated by Oops right now. Yes, the damage being done, and Slide, he seems to be in trouble as well.
Slide's got 3 shots to put into Kerloff, hits with one, doesn't have the second one. Kerloff takes that one, gets another one into him, tries to go for the tracking shot, gets him. Now his teammate can come around and get a shot, and Slide is in a very bad place to be because they're just going to split either side and get him either way.
Yeah, now the dead zone hold down and the Super Conqueror going to have a field day. Yes, takes a lot of damage, but look at Rush. They have 5 tanks
on Slide. And look at this, Milos just peeks out in front of Decha. He goes, I'm going to take my hit now, you can do yours. Decha with the huge hit there into Strike's Type 5 heavy.
Yeah, Decha already on around 4k damage, and it's Oops all over again. Not only are they sending Rush home, they're also giving them another defeat. Rush not winning a single match at the final battle.
Oops coming in here and saying, you know what, guys, we lost 2 rounds in Himmelsdorf, but we're going to win this one. Cap being started right now, 20 seconds, but it is only 4 guns pretty much left here of Rush that can do anything in this fight. That's 400% now. Oops still with 7 guns in the game. Guns against guns is not in Rush's favour whatsoever. Strike is down on a 1-shot. Rhino in that E3, they can just go around him and play with him. Inspirer taking an absolute beating right now as Oops go in to kill this one off, and Rush are going to be going home here from the final battle without even winning a single match.
Not a single match won for Rush. Rhino, the last man standing, as Oops are going to beat Rush in a tiebreaker, and what one hell of a match it has been. Still 6 tanks left alive for them. Rhino not even being able to kill Milos, who survives on 72 HP, and about to come to the closure of Rush in the final battle.
It is done and dusted. Together, Oops and Elevate have crushed the Rush.
Well,
that is going to be the conclusion of that group at least. Oops going to be moving as our head of that group. Elevate going to be number 2 and Rush number 3.
Number 3 sitting out on the sidelines, America and Europe reigning supreme. The old connection, the old alliance, Daki, it's like a Cold War that's just been settled by the Europeans and Americans.
Oops should be very happy with themselves. Taking Rush 3 rounds. After that 3rd round, Rush looked like a completely different team. To be honest, after Oops took that 3rd round, Rush, they still tried, but the motivation really wasn't there.
You could see their heads just dip. They took that time out when it was 2-2. They're like, right guys, we need to kind of get it together. We need to focus. Oops stepped up, battled hard so many times during this match. It looked like Oops were out. It looked like Rush had the advantage. But Oops really dug down, able to turn around some fantastic, absolutely fantastic individual plays by Deka and Milos. And Milos is someone we've highlighted in the past as sometimes having a great online season, and it comes to offlines, it comes to LAN tournaments, and he wasn't there. And Milos and Deka, outstanding. Dead Zone coming in for his team. Okay, team kill aside, he still had rounds where he was coming out top damage. He played his part, and Oops have done absolutely exceptional. They've got themselves exactly where they want. They're going to go through and play Yato now in the quarterfinal.
The semi-finals, let's be real here.
Yes.
Yato Gaming did not, I mean, they had a good showing, but I think Oops has done better so far. Going in the quarterfinals, pretty sure they'll be rated as the favorites coming in.
Indeed, 100%. That is exceptional play for Oops to be able to continue fighting. It looked like at the start that Oops were on the ropes. Oops started this match up 2-0 down. They picked the first map. It was their pick. It was Cliff for their first pick, and they lost both rounds on Cliff. They came back into this fight, and they just turned the screws on Rush and said, you know what? We're not going to give you guys an easy fight. We know we're safe, but we're not just going to do you a favor right now. We want the win. We want to win this match, and if that means that you go out the tournament, we don't care.
This was the Cupola snap here from Deja on towards the Anatolic. Great shot, really. Oof.
Beautiful shot. And then for him to turn and run, and Kratos like, oh, free batcha. I'll take that, thanks very much.
Only one guy dying, it was Camille.
Oh, I wonder he's praying to Aaron Jesus there. Kratos just playing one-handed. He's like, was one-handed boys the entire time.
Well, that's usually how he plays, looking at his damage.
Deka, once again, man we highlighted, and Milos right behind him. There is your star players right now for Oops. These two Polish guys playing absolutely outstanding. Deka especially, we've seen him in the #1 slot so many times during today. Fantastic player, absolutely fantastic.
Not much else to say about Oops.
48% hits there from Rush in that last round. Like,
oh, there was a lot of blind fire from them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blind fire coming out from the Type 5s, from Rhino on top of the hill as well. So a little bit of a flawed statista.
Damage blocked, decent. But I mean, shots fired. Goal coming in there from Oops. That's desk guest coming in behind us, if you can hear the applause in the background.
I thought they were clapping for me from the
clapping
desk.
for us for the fantastic casting that we did during that fight. My voice is pretty hoarse. Daki's fight is pretty hoarse. Has been an absolutely...
I don't know what you're talking about. I can go for another match.
You can go for another matchup. Well,
sure
Daki is going to take a break right now. Then we're going to bring in Mojo for the Kazna match. I'm going to continue on. Let's jump over to the interview and see who Tanya has to talk to.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Camille from Oops. This is amazing. I can only imagine what Rush feel right now. But what do you feel right now after such a great victory? Tell me.
I don't know. I don't have words to express this, but feels good, man. I can only say feels good, man.
So it feels good, man. It's great. Is it different from you? I mean, you just won Rush, one of the favorites of the tournament. Is it different from winning any other team? Was it important for you?
Yeah, that was really important because we have never won against any Russian team, and they're really strong. Our opponents were top 2 in the world, in my opinion, and we managed to beat them. So we are really happy and satisfied with our result.
Did it give you like extra confidence for the playoff and for the rest of the games?
Yeah, definitely it gives us extra confidence, and Now we need to think about tomorrow's quarterfinal and prepare for it.
So what is the secret of your team? You guys look really fun. I don't know, on the broadcast you only do some stuff with spinners, glasses and everything. Who inspires you for that? Whose ideas it is?
I don't know, everyone is different and everyone is special in our team, I would say. And we are not stressed at all on this tournament and we feel very comfortable playing there. So I think that's it.
And the final question, do you remember the moment when you realized that you're going to win the series? I really often ask this question, but I think it's really interesting. Do you remember this moment?
I remember only moment when we were defending on Ruinberg and I died for free, then Raging Potato died for free, and I thought it's already lost. And then somehow my teammates managed to turn this game around, and that was really shocked for me that we managed to win this round on Ruinberg defense. And I remember this moment. That was really great, and I have never expected this to happen.
And then you realized that this would be a victory. Once again, congratulations. It was great. Thank you for the show. And guys, what do you think about this crazy game?
What do we think about this crazy game? We have had a lot of fun here, and I'm sure you have, watching that amazing game live from the final battle at Moscow. Something we are going to remember for a very long time and talk about far into the distance as future big international tournaments come around. Oops, with a big win over Rush. That really you didn't even need. Your performance had already been so good here at the final battles. You knew one round you topped the group. 3 rounds you send them home, and you pushed it all the way to the end, fought for everything. That was a real statement. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's just, for us, it's unbelievable. You know, after the 3rd round, we're like, okay, you know, we're through, we're first in group. Yeah. Rush is eliminated, but let's just keep going. You know, maybe we can win the match. We were down 2-4 at one point, and we managed to come back.
You were down 2-0 at the beginning as well, and it was all looking very positive for Rush. And you brought it back to 2-2, and they took that break because they were like, wait, this is match point now at 2-2. If we lose this, it doesn't matter.
It's just unbelievable, the comeback. You know, first, you know, we were a bit down because the first round, you know, we had some technical issues. Then the second round, our i7s got locked in, and then we just managed to come back on the next map.
You did very well to recover from that opening thing. We had a bit of a power issue here. That affected the stage. They had to consult the rules as to what happens with that first round. You would justifiably have felt like, oh, well, that first round was taken from us. Maybe we hadn't lost it.
It was, you know, there were still 2 guys alive from us, and literally the moment that I drove into middle and power dropped out, and we couldn't do anything anymore. And for Rush, the power was still on. So yeah,
it's in the rules. It's valid. That is, you know, they were allowed to finish you off. Yeah. Shook that off though, and came back. And you guys as well. Maybe actually, I'm going to speak for everybody who's here, with the exception of maybe the Russian broadcasters. You have made a lot of people very, very excited now. It is a shame in a tournament of this caliber to see, you know, a 2-time former world champion leave us. But in that particular game, we did see what they can do. We were saying earlier on, like, that wasn't Rush not turning up. That was Oops really stepping up.
Yeah, there may not have been so much electricity in your PCs, but there was electricity in the crowd here and the staff and everybody at the event. Everybody was watching this match. And you know, really the dream started on Mines, where we saw initially Camille trying a new boost that we haven't seen before. Not so successful, but then the round turned around. You know, what happened there?
It was in the start, you know, Camille, he had a couple tries, because to spot him, they have to go all the way on the east side of the hill. So we're like, you know, Camille, you got a couple tries, keep trying it. And he had a bit of bad luck, you know, with the angle. And then we're like, okay, what do we do now? Looking at their lineup, let's just take 1-2 line. They got a Type 5. They're not going to go 1-2 line with anything. They have also 3 Conquerors.
But why were you showing us things that we haven't seen from you before in a match which, you know, you are through regardless?
Well, at this point, we just wanted to get, you know, back in the game, get this round on the board, and maybe, you know, take these 3 rounds that we needed to eliminate Rush. And yeah, to scare off this move, it was like, we were on TeamSpeak like, how do we do this? He's shielded. Yeah. We don't have a boost. What do we do? So first we go under the hill with the 2 heavies, distract him a bit. And it was like, Kerov screams like, I can go behind him. I can just clip him. Yeah. And he does it. And then we just drive out of there again, and it's back on our side.
The other round, where we were on the attacking side there, great Droppage move, I guess that was. Yeah, pushing the heavies down there. It was so close. I mean, you got 3 Super Kongs in front of you there, and also like who think did the most work there? I think Kamil did like a great job there at the moment.
Thing was, we made the call because looking at their lineup, we're like, let's just boost Zero Line straight with T100.
Yeah.
And it was good because he was up 100%, full HP, and he was shooting them all the time. And eventually going in here, I kind of made a mistake. When I turned my mouse too quick, I turned really hard to the left, and because of that, my mouse hit my keyboard, and I accidentally team-killed Creator.
Dutch betrayal.
Yeah, Dutch betrayal, no bad feelings after all, and I don't know how, but we just
here we have the play from Kamil. I mean, brilliant, you know, calculating that he won't die on the way down, managing to take out Inspire and opening up the map for you guys.
Yeah, but I think who we really have to highlight here is Deja.
Yeah.
Not only in this round, this is where he really started dominating, but we also see him later on being really, really good. And like, yeah, just perfect play there. You read Na'Vi like an open book here. Rush, I mean.
Yeah, it was like unbelievable here. This crossfire, you know, we have 3 tanks left. We know E4 is going for Milos. Milos does one more shot before he dies. Deja can kill Kiriloid, and then it's an E4, you know, he's a lot of HP, but we have 2 one-shots for him. But he's back against the building. He has to make a move on us, and it's like so risky and so tight.
Yeah,
and
slow TD, he can only turn one way, and yeah, very, very nice play there. Just, yeah, it wasn't even tactical outplay, it was also personal, individual skill outplay there against Rush, and I think that's really something that you can be really proud of.
Then a little bit later on Runeberg, we saw a really, really nice attack rushing the south side of the map. Not always successful, but what really worked out there that allowed that attack to be so successful?
It was because they had no T100 light on the Zero Line, so we instantly know at this point we can just shoot Beowulf. We had Milos on that corner, he was shooting Beowulf in the ass. Then we have Kamil and me sitting there, and we can also clip him. And then at that point, the I7s arrive, they just peek over, kill him. And what can Rush do at this point in time?
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. And with that point, we can just move back with bad chats. They cannot push Zero Line anymore. You can see only Conqueror's 50B. The mouse going Zero Line is not that effective, and they're locked in.
Yeah, then Rush trying to desperately take down the match here, doing a similar move there as we have seen from other teams, trying to cross with the IS-7s, but yeah, good shooting there. You instantly punished all of them, but then it got really, really close. What happened there?
It was, they made a very good move. They had the T100 light on its side between 2 Type 5 heavies, and the only way to decap that is by splashing it with HE. Only none of us was in the right position for that. And eventually, Karov crossed, and he got the shot, he got the decap at the last second, and from there on, it was really close trading still, because we were really far behind, and we eventually just managed to out-trade them. They had to cross back, shoot them there, and we take the round.
I guess who we really need to highlight there in the last match was Milos. He was on the Zero Line, unspotted, constantly shooting, and farming damage.
5.7k damage from that position.
I also did 4k, don't forget that. I did 4k also side scraping
4k is not that
corner.
impressive today, Dead Zone. We have bigger numbers.
It seems like that.
Pretty even on shots, bang on hits. But positions in Group C, very, very different indeed. Oops, the Tough Giraffes, the top of Group C. And Elevate, after their dreadful start here at the final battle. An amazing performance over Rush from them yesterday, and that puts Rush at the bottom of Group C. So Elevate will be playing Unique and you, the Tough Giraffes. It's Yato who awaits you in the quarterfinals tomorrow. How do you feel about that, Dead Zone?
Well, we haven't played them ever before.
Yeah.
We haven't played any Chinese or APAC teams, so it's going to be interesting in what way, how do they play, because we're not used to their style, so they could surprise us in a match.
Yep.
It's going to be, you know, something we have to pay attention to.
Yeah, very excited to see it tomorrow. We will see a lot more from Oops. There you go then, ladies and gentlemen. Oops, the Tough Giraffes put Rush out of this tournament completely in that amazing 5-4 win there. Something we're going to remember for a long time. We have so much respect for Rush, formerly Na'Vi. Legendary players who are going to need to shape up and come back from this. I'm sure they can. Everybody knows how amazing that squad are individually and together as a team, but not here at the final battle 2017. How would you follow that? How would you follow such an incredible match like this, seeing Rush being knocked out by Oops? Well, how about Tornado against Kazna Kru? That's what's coming up next. But before that, we want to show you a little bit behind the scenes here at the final battle and some of the behind the scenes looks during that incredible last match.
Yes, mom, dad, and brother.
Basically everyone.
Well, my aunt is watching every match, and my dad is as well watching every match. So kinda after the match, I got Skype messages, WhatsApp messages about what I did wrong, and how it went.
My mom and my father tend to do.
My aunt is very interested in watching my streams and my matches.
Yeah, my brother, my aunt, my mother also probably, father, yeah.
No, no one.
Yeah, my parents.
Oops, smell blood. The Sharks are circling and they're going in for the kill right now. Triple cap now started. Rush, can you come in and reset this? I don't think you can because you're going to take an absolute beating when you try to do so. 6 seconds left. Rush, you're fighting for your place in the tournament. Are you going to go down with a fight or are you going to go down with a whimper? 5 seconds left to go. Can you do this? I don't think you can. This is going to be oops. Top of the group. Elevator going to be second, but no. There's a last minute reset. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's only 2 times left for Rush and they are not going to continue in this tournament.
It was unfortunate that we had to leave this in the hands of Oops to take care of, but I mean, congrats. We'll buy those guys a round of drinks. Easy.
So, how was it?
Oh, crazy. They threw on Hummels, but they brought it back.
There's some fun here live from the Expo Center in Moscow as we are coming to the closing stage now of day 3 of the final battle. Remember, we'll be back with you again. More tanks from Moscow. It's quarterfinals day tomorrow. 4 best of 13s await us. And then semifinals on Sunday before we take a few days off and come back on the 23rd of December at WG Fest when we will have the grand final of the Final Battles 2017. But here we go then with one last group stage game. Tornado Energy and Kazna Kru. A big match to close out the group stages, and we need a big one after that amazing match we've seen. Do we expect this one to live up to billing? Tornado and Kazna Kru. This is one of our classic games in Wargaming.
I mean, Tornado and Kazna, I don't know what they can do to top the match we've just seen, you know? I think Tornado is going to bring out all of their strats because they want to get the seeding that they want. They want the first place here. But Kazna's not going to roll over and let them take that. Kazna has plenty of their own strats. They're a very well-prepared team. They train a lot, and they work really, really well together.
Yeah, I think there's nothing that can really surprise Kazna. They have so much experience. True. They've been in so many different situations. So they will expect everything to happen, and they will be sort of prepared for everything. So yeah, will be a very hard match for Tornado, but yeah, not taking anything away from that will be also very hard for Kazna.
Yeah. 2 American teams through to the quarterfinals tomorrow. One of them is top tier. We've talked a lot about Elevate and how they've got through to that last game. The other one is top tier, and they will await the winner of this. Whoever wins this game, we top of this group and will face top tier. And the loser of this game, they'll be facing Ding. So you want to win this one, don't you?
Well, yeah, if it comes down to a Ding Kazna derby once again, then all the statistics definitely speak in favor of Ding. But yeah, I would also see to finally that legacy get changed to finally for Kazna to finally take down Ding at the LAN final in the last 3 years. So it's time for that to happen.
Yeah, we've seen the last few EU finals and also some international tournaments where Kazna and Ding have been the bitter rivals, going to tiebreakers in finals, time after time again. Kazna never quite taking it off Ding, but this is a very different Ding and a very different Kazna at this tournament than we've seen in the past.
Yeah,
so
excellent point, Anada. Yeah, and we've seen these credible performances and very, unlikely performances over the last 3 days. But we know these guys well, and they come here with a 5-2 victory over 7 Pirates to their name here in Moscow. But this is a much bigger challenge for Tornado.
Look at the Tornado guys here. Applebow looking very, very focused. Doesn't want to mess anything up. Yeah, we've talked to Niryu yesterday and before. He's feeling very, very confident. You can see a little smile on his face there. I mean, yeah, confidence is always what is gonna help you in a match.
He's very humble as well. I bumped into him while that last game was on, said, how do you feel now everybody's hopes are on you after Rush had been knocked out? He said, well, don't forget about Unique. So he is very much a fan of what they can do, and we'll be seeing a bit more from them as well.
Yeah,
Next V.
Near like me, also respecting Unique. I think they're really, really going to be one to watch out later on in the tournament. Diodor here, one of their star players in the team, I think 3 seasons now at this point. You know, they have a very consistent lineup. They've only really changed one, which was their recent addition server from their previous season. playing at the grand final as well, the reigning world champion. So everything, you know, everything is really behind Tornado at this point. Everybody's looking for them to win. Everybody's putting their bets on Tornado, but Kazna, they can also do it.
But look at the Tornado, guys. I mean, you can't look more confident than that. Nuke always very focused. Can't wait for him to get into his heavy tank and yeah, wreck some enemies in the server there. The guy who does mostly top damage. You know him very well, Niall.
Well, not very well. Played briefly with him, but he's probably, in my opinion, one of the best players I ever played with.
Tornado Energy, Season 2 champions. The CIS Extended Season champions. The 2017 Grand Final World champions. And they want the final battle as well.
This year, Tornado Energy collected the Tanker hat-trick, winning Champions Rumble, second season of WGL, and the Grand Finals. The team began preparing for the new season just 2 weeks before the first match, but such a late start did not seem to affect their form. Tornado Energy destroyed NSS and Unique 5-1 and 5-2 respectively. Not surprisingly, they took a 6-point lead at the top of the league. However, everything changed after absolute supremacy. While the rest of the champions allowed themselves to take a break, the rest of the teams continued to work hard. After the break, Tornado Energy faced a hungry and highly motivated NSS in a memorable match which ended with an unexpected and painful loss of 1-5. Even with that clumsy mistake, Tornado retained first place. Tornado Energy once again proved their power during the Kiev LAN, beating Rush in the final 7-4, cementing their status as the strongest team in the region. Will Tornado Energy be able to continue its triumphant step and defend the title of World Champions once again?
Tornado Energy with CIS hopes behind them, obviously a favourite before we even got here to Moscow. A terrific team with so many titles. I named a few of them. We can go back to 2015 and give them another World Championship as well. A terrific, terrific team. A little bit of history between them and Kazna, who are really going to have to pull off something special here. But this is another seeding game. Both of these teams will be with us in tomorrow's quarterfinals.
Well, yeah, I guess playing without pressure.
Yeah.
Always good. I mean, it's not going to have such a big effect on the Tornado roster, I think, because they're used to playing under pressure. But I also, I will say it's very good for Kazna. I know these guys can get into very hectic and stressful situations very, very quickly, and usually leads to a lot of mistakes. But Piotr there seemed fully focused. Also, they know who they are, they know their name, and they know what they can do.
I mean, in terms of experience, they almost rivaled Tornado here from the EU, or Kazna from the EU League. You know, since season 1, Kazna has been a factor there. Haiba there, one of the, or the only remaining original player from that team, all 9 seasons or so far of WGL that we've had, he's participated in. So experience, they have it. Nexus there, their main damage dealer, in-game shot caller, everything.
Yeah, Nexus finally showing up on a LAN event. The past LAN events, they always had to play without him. He's a great damage dealer in the online stage, so glad to see him here at the offline stage as well. Yeah, Vetso, actually also one of the oldest members there in Kazna, together with Haiba, making most of the strats, making most of the calls. Diplo, I guess you also know him a bit, Niall.
Yeah, I played a season with them in Gohard. But, you know, it's not just Vetso and Haiba really making most of the strats. Since this season, from what I've heard talking to the guys, you know, everyone in the team really took a step forward. Everyone came up, such as Isne, who went up from a tier 8 to a tier 10, has been performing really, really well. Top damages, staring us out there. And yeah, fantastic all-star lineup. If EU can beat Tornado, and it's not Ding, it's going to be Kazna.
That's eyebrow work from Isne there. We'll stick with you for a little bit longer. Ah, you looked away, Isna. All right, we'll chalk one up to us. Kazna Kru, then. They may face Ding in the next round. Before that, though, what have they got here?
Kazna Kru, a worldwide fan favorite and the #1 seed from the EU cluster. Their start wasn't easy. Defeat in El Euro Clasico against Ding and loss of points in fights versus Savage Squad, alternating with confident victories over Utopia and Isuba. Despite such a difficult start, Haiba's fighters rallied and subsequently went on a fantastic winning streak. Not only did Kazna Kru confidently destroy Go Hard 5-2, they got their revenge against Ding 5-3. Victory in the main European derby inspired confidence, and this shows in their results. Only 3 drop battles in the 5 subsequent matches allowed the Kazna Kru to reach the LAN final as the top European seed, leaving the main competitors far behind. Can Kazna Kru continue this streak at the final battle, or will they succumb to their apparent curse of the eternal international quarter-finalist?
Well, they'll make it to the quarterfinals. That much we know. Can they progress beyond that? As I said, Ding might be awaiting them or top tier, depending how this match turns out. Can Kazna Kru actually beat Tornado, though? That's the biggest challenge here for anybody.
Well, we've seen Kazna play already at this event, and they really showed up. They performed really, really well. I mean, they didn't have the hardest opponent, being 7 Pirates, very inexperienced, new team. Also, 7 Pirates having one of their first LAN events. So yeah, it was kind of an easy match for Kazna, but they did show up. I don't know what they have prepared for today, if they're going to bring all the best strats that they have, because I definitely know they have got something really, really good.
You definitely know that they've got something really, really good.
I mean, it's Kazna. They always have something special prepared for every event.
Maybe there's a little bit more insider than that. Where we'll go is, let's see, Sand River, banned out by Tornado. Himmelsdorf, that's something Kazna haven't played all season. We've picked up Ruinberg and Muravanka, which I'm sure Niall will have something to say about. Mine's a pick for Kazna. They've had a 76% win rate on that this season. But Ghost Town for Tornado, that's not that common.
Yeah, Muravanka there is actually a pretty good pick for Kazna. They played it a lot during the main season. I think they've one of the very few EU teams that was playing it, that was training it. Yep. So it was a good opportunity to pick up a few rounds there.
Ghost Town will be our 4th and 5th map. We'll have it as the tiebreaker that was determined before these bans and picks. So we'll have a little bit extra Ghost Town if we get there.
Well, also good ban there by Kazna. On Himmelsdorf, they've never played it throughout the season. And also Himmelsdorf being one of the strongest Tornado maps, you definitely want to get this out of the way there. Yeah.
Are you surprised that Tornado didn't pick Proc when that's an 86% record for them?
That's actually what I wanted to say right here. Yeah, good for Kazna, I guess. We not get to see any Proc middle brawl as we already got to see this tournament. But yeah, I mean, good map pool for both teams. I think, yeah, it doesn't really favor neither team, so it's going to be quite fair looking at the maps.
Yeah, I think Tornado is possibly still hiding strats as this is only a seeding match, so I think they may be just not particularly wanting to play Proc. Maybe they have something saved for later on that they want to pull out and take up 2 rounds on. That's a big, big possibility.
Predictions time. Well, I'd like to start by making a point that both Niall and I picked Oops to win the last game, and you didn't. So that's that bit mentioned. Beyond that, though, Myland, well, I think somewhat normal order may come back to us here at the final battle, and I think Tornado are going to win this, but I'll give a couple of rounds to Kazna and make it 5-2 Tornado.
I guess I have to go with Tornado here as well, just seeing their performance at other LAN finals before. I'm just going to go with the 5-3 for Tornado here.
You know, if you're a betting person, betting on Tornado is always safe, so I'm going to go for Tornado 5-4. I think Kazna will take a lot of rounds off them, but not all the way.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's our predictions, but now we have to work out what's going on with Tomato the Lobster, because he's made a couple of slip-ups along the way. The fish are getting to him, and perhaps all is not well there, but let's see what he makes of this game. Poor old Tomato the Lobster nearly flipped it, but saved it and headed Tornado's way with that sort of blackfish acting a bit like an arrow for him as well. But that's where we've gone with Tomato. Perhaps perhaps our guru is back with us. Remember, this is our final game today on day 3 of the final battle. And you'll be able to make your predictions for the quarterfinals online at WOTfinals.com. So make sure you do that. If you made predictions in the group stage, you'll be getting stars back for your predictions that you can then put into our quarterfinals. And if you're not sure what I'm on about, go to WOTfinals.com after this game and get your predictions in before the quarterfinals tomorrow. It's time to settle it. All the groups will close with this one. Tornado against Kazna Kru. And it's Hector and Mojo to take us through our last game of the groups.
Very much for that one, Matt. After that previous battle, my voice is struggling now, but I have called in the reinforcements with Mojo to see out this last match of the day. Is it going to be Kazna Kru or Tornado coming top of their group?
It must be Kazna Kru, and that fish that was leading that Oracle, and those 3 European traitors, I'm going to delete them from my friend list and everywhere I know them, because they're just, I don't know, superficial. Now, oops, won, so Melon is, yeah, never mind, no, Tornado wins.
Yep. Me and Mojo are sticking with Kazna Kru for this one. We're going to go with the European boys. Mojo, I'm saying it's going to be 5-3.
I'm going with that.
Now, let it be known for the record that in the previous matchup, Mayland from Oops did not go with his team. He predicted a victory for Rush.
He's a double traitor.
So he's a double traitor right now. Traiteur, you know?
Everyone was actually cheering for Oops. In the last match, everyone wanted the underdog to win, and they actually performed unbelievable. That team with such a long history doesn't even win a match in the groups and falls out so early. Never happened before, but what can you do? Fresh blood comes in.
Indeed, Mojo. As you always say, the teams get what they deserve. Speaking to the Russian casters there, he said mistakes will be punished and should be punished, and that's exactly what happened in that previous matchup. But that was then. This is now. Let's get this done and over. It's going to be Kazna Kru for Tornado. This is going to be the last match of the group stages. These teams are battling it out to see which position they can take in their group. Who's going to be first? Who's going to be second? We're going to be fighting this one out initially on Brunberg.
Ooh, Tornado attacking with 4 I7s, 1 Super Conk and 2 Bachats. Kazna does a defense with a light tank and with a bit heavier setup here with a mouse even.
Interesting lineups here from both teams. Kazna Kru starting off on the defense. Tornado are going to be starting out on the attacking side. Tornado are going to be red side for this entire matchup. Kazna Kru are going to be on the blue side for the entire matchup. Let's see how this one goes.
Piotr should spot the middle really fast, but what's going on here?
This is perhaps going to be a reset call because nobody
it
from
looks
Kazna,
like that, definitely.
Nobody from Kazna is moving right now. So I think a technicality has been called. Otherwise, we have some impressive delay not letting us know what's happening. Or Kazna just haven't got the call that the match is started. But it looks like, unfortunately, there is a bit of a technical boo-boo. Something going on, perhaps, on Nexus's
It's going to be a restart, and it's better before anyone gets spotted or anything is done in the game, because then you can just easily continue like nothing happened. Kazna here, I spoke to them, they said they really want to beat Tornado. So far, on big competitions, they really didn't have great luck playing against teams. Like, they would usually meet Navi in all times, like, that was the Rush now. And let's be honest, they got wrecked so many times.
Yeah, the thing is like when you asked them in an interview, they would bits would kind of laugh it off and say, you know, we don't have the best of records against Russian teams. And it's true. I think they'd struggled even to take 2 rounds of Russian teams during a match.
I remember quite a lot of 5-0s, but what can you do? That was then, and this is now. This is actually, after a long time on the international tournament, Kazna's full lineup. Nexus was not here a couple of times, and we will finally see what they can do. They performed the entire season really brilliant, like good comms, good tactics, aggressive, passive, whatever you want, they had it. So let's see what are they able actually to do now, because this is the high pinnacle of the world gaming. The Tornado and their play style is pretty much unique. Wow, and it's not even unique team. It's just Tornado.
Can they get it together? I mean, Kazna Kru, we always say LAN veterans. They've gone up in Europe against Ding multiple times. When it comes to LAN event, they've never been able to get the advantage over Ding. They've never been able to topple them. Now, coming in here against the Russian powerhouse, Tornado Energy, this is another team like Ding that when it comes to LAN, just seems to switch it into another gear and just pull ahead unbelievably strongly against whoever they're fighting against.
I'm really interested how will this game look like. I'm hoping for a lot of faster actions, because we do know how Tornado likes to play fluent. Like, they do a lot of calls on the move. They look very fresh.
He
And ready to battle.
always plays to the camera when he sees one. Every single time.
Yeah.
Cool, calm and collected from Tornado Energy. They know what they're playing for right now. They know that this is an important matchup for them. We were just discussing this earlier. Whoever comes top of this group will then go on to play top tier in the quarterfinals. Whoever loses this matchup will be playing Ding in the quarterfinals. They will then be split from each other completely. They won't see each other until potentially the finals. So these two teams,
we can have Kazna and Oops in
there
finals.
could be a Kazna Tornado finals, for example.
Could be
These
Kazna
two teams
Oops.
could be Kazna Oops as well. These two teams might not see each other again till a long, long way away. They split completely. And going up against top tier, arguably, is going to be the better situation for them because you're going to go up against top tier, then the other matchup against you is going to be Oops Yato. Whereas the other group that you're going up against, whoever plays against Ding, is going to play the winners of whoever is Unique and Elevate. And the way that Elevate just played recently, they're unpredictable, and Unique against Yato looked rattled.
I must say, it's not that they looked rattled. Yato actually played well. They
Really
played
well.
aggressive, they had good rotations. It was a really enjoyable match to watch. It was really cool to watch it. So I don't think Yato is something you can just discard. Like, a lot of guys stumbled upon them many times before. So they can bring something like a new sensation maybe on this tournament, because after this match, everything is a single match loser. Like, you lose in best of 13, you are done. GG, goodbye.
Yes, I mean, it can go... This is going to be a hard call for Kazna. I mean, this is going to be a really, really tough match. If there's anyone you wanted to avoid in this tournament, it's going to be Tornado.
Well, better to play them immediately now and see what are they up to than to meet them in some single elimination later and then realize what are they up to. So I would say if I had to pick, I would pick it now.
Pick it now when you know you're safe in your group.
Hey, if they win, it's a sensation. Kazna is #1 in the group.
Kazna #1.
Kazna #1. If they lose, it happened, it doesn't matter, they still go on and they still have a chance in the next round. They might play Ding, God knows which times in a row in a important competition. Maybe they will have time to beat them now.
So looks like things are set up, ready to get back into the first round here. High fives all round. We're going into Runeberg for the first matchup of the day between these two teams. It is going to be, I believe, Kazna Kru on the defense. It is going to be Tornado on the attack. And what can the teams pull out here? Who can take the lead in this matchup? Will it be Europe? Will it be Russia? We'll find out in just a second as everything is underway. Now, Mojo, we had a brief look at the lineups earlier on. Let's have a look over them again and review them. Kazna Kru, bit of mobility, bit of firepower, bit of everything really in their defensive lineup here.
Again, round started, Kazna on defense, Tornado on attack. Immediately offensive approach on the lower side from Tornado. As we already know, when you have so many I7s, that's the best approach. You do not vent, you do not snipe. You just go for it to get some positions in the enemy's face. Light tank from Kazna should give some information. Hey, there is nothing in the middle. There's just one tank waiting. Let's see what's going on the bottom side of the map. They need to clear that out. If any heavy gets spotted, Kazna will start rotating toward that side immediately. And there you go. There is the first spot coming in.
Near you gets spotted out. Komi Pure gets a great shot into it. Multiple shots coming out, but Komi Pure, nobody actually connecting in with him. How much firepower can go back into Near you? Komi Pure taking a bit more damage, but more damage going into Near you. Drop down almost onto a one shot. He can be taken out by that next shot coming in from Kazna Kru. Can drop him, and that'll be a great start for Kazna.
This is a good start of a defense for Kazna, but it's not done yet. These I7s are approaching, and they have a lot of people behind. Let's not forget, Kazna actually has a mouse in the game. He will take some time to approach and close in on a fight. So Kazna is actually effectively fighting with 6 guys now.
Haiba moving up, looking for that shot. Gets the kill on Near you. 1 minute, 13 seconds. First blood in this game. Nesquik coming over, trying to get into Komi Pure and Haiba, but that's dangerous. He's stuck in the corner. Woo! There's a second kill as Ders picks him up. And Kazna Kru with the advantage here, dropping 2 tanks of Tornado.
Look at the amount of the guns and the amount of the shells that were taken in that butt-shot. He disappeared like he never existed. I think Kazna actually has this game under control, but let's not be hasty. Let's see what's going to happen.
Let's not get too excited indeed, Mojo. Kazna Kru need to start trading here with Tornado. Tornado start dropping tanks without taking much damage on themselves, but they have control over the vital areas. There is 22 seconds down on the clock. There was a reset coming in there. 2 tanks in there at the moment. We've seen this before with Super Conquerors shooting down on i7. So long as they make the shots count, these i7s will be punished for this.
I don't think the cap is possible because Super Conquerors are just too superior for this position. They will always be able to do some amount of damage or at least reset. And that gives them a huge advantage. And let's not forget, now they have 7 guns in the game and Tornado has only 5 remaining.
Tornado continuing to bleed HP at the moment. The only kind of advantage they have working for them is that in the same area is Haiba and Call Me Piotr. Piotr's a one-shot and Haiba has a dead gunner. So their shots, their crossfire shots are not going to be that accurate and not going to be that risky.
Honestly to say, if Kazna even chooses to just push them, they will just annihilate them. They do have 250 Bs and they have people to soak up the damage. Like if Mouse starts and 50 Bs just go down, they're done.
So let's go, Kazna Kru. Demo, as it says on their turret. Now they're going to push in. Now they're going to start doing damage. Diodor gets dropped. The rest of the tanks from Tornado, bleeding energy. Nuclear is dropped onto 40 HP. He goes down. Griffin is continuing to take damage. He's down onto a one-shot now. He's about to fall. And Kazna Kru, they smell blood. They're going to go for this kill right now. And they're going to take the first round here on Runeberg.
This is a good start for Kazna here. Really dominant one. But let's not forget, this is the defense of Runeberg. We will see how will they do an attack. But so far, the round is still on. Tornado is holding on their dear life with 2 tanks. Applewau is trenched up in this bunker. He's not giving his hideaway that easily. He will not give Kazna easy, fast win.
So far, so good for Kazna Kru. Dare's taking a hit from Applewau as he goes in to get the kill. One more shot from Dare should do it before Applewau reloads. Picks up the kill. Now only Server is left alive for his team. And Yizne has him pinned in between a wall and his gigantic Swedish Mouse tank.
Swedish Mouse tank. What a contradictory
What's a
statement.
Well, it's a Swedish Mouse because Yizne's playing it, okay? I know what I mean, chat. You know what I mean. So, great start here for Kazna Kru. 1-0 up against Tornado. But Mojo, how many times have we seen this where Tornado allow a team, or not so much allow a team, but lose the first round, or lose even 2 rounds, and then come back like a team possessed?
It happens, it happens. Kazna also knows to start matches with the lead and then drop it in last seconds. It did happen against teams like, I don't know, Virtus before, Wombats, then Ding. It's just like a scenario that happened many times, but maybe, baby, it's gonna happen first time.
Maybe this could be, if Kazna 5-0 to Tornado, I'll shave my beard off today. Actually, here we go. I'll just put it out on the... I'll put it out right now live here on the stream. If Kazna Kru win this one against Tornado, ladies and gentlemen, I will shave my beard off tonight, and when I cast tomorrow, I won't have a beard. There you go, Mojo.
I saw him without beard, guys.
I look about 12 when I don't have a beard. It will be rather hilarious. But I will do it.
Best stream ever.
If Kazna Kru pull this off, I will shave my beard off and I will have a look of regret. Not saying that I don't think Kazna Kru do it. I think Kazna Kru will do it, and there's a further inspiration for them to do so.
Oh, that would be a blast. That would be a blast. I so hope that is gonna happen. So far, Kazna Kru versus Tornado 1-0. Defense on Ruinberg won. But that's just the start of the match. And I expect it's gonna be a longer one.
I'm actually regretting this a little bit, Mojo. It's very cold outside, and every single time I have shaved my beard off, I've regretted it instantly because it just, no.
Usually it had to do with something with people
why
laughing.
Did I say
why
that?
Why are all these people laughing?
Why did I say that?
It's because you're making people happy, that's why.
Yeah, I'm putting myself out there for the stream. Okay, now let's see how this one is going to go. Kazna Kru now going to be on the attacking side, and it's going to be Tornado on the defensive side. This is the push coming in. Kazna Kru measuring their shots. They've already dropped down 2 tanks. Now they decide to go in and take the fight to Tornado.
You know
Great
that
play here.
You know that there is one guy who actually said that he's gonna jump in a river if Kazna wins the tournament.
Yes. Whilst we remember that, whilst
and
we actually
have camera.
Whilst we have an audience on stream, Stephen, many people should know him, associated with Wargaming and ESL and World of Tanks in general, said if you know, if Kazna win this one, he's going to take a little dip in the river, which will be rather interesting.
Well, I said he's going to make it happen. So, давай, Kazna, let's
go.
go.
If not, I think he might, you know, if that's too much, then I think it's going to be the park, the water in the park, to be safe. You know.
No, river it is.
River it is. He's going to get thrown in whether he likes it or not.
Like it or not.
It's a bold bet to make. But let's get on with this one, Mojo. It's going to be round 2 coming up in just a second. Server actually coming out top down. She was the last tank alive for his team, however.
Still, Super Conk always does great amount of damage, 4k. That DPM is just insane. The precision of the gun and, of course, the player that does it. Nice damage by Piotr, 2.2k. We've seen Lights excel on this tournament a couple of times. But the most impressive one was Mr. Nice when he played against Kazna on that Murovanka game. As far as I remember, 4.3k or something like that.
Incredible damage being done so far by some players. Hit percentage, well, you can make your own jokes about that one in chat. If you did spy it, it was equal. It was an interesting number. But hey, that doesn't matter. You know, you win some, you lose some. Tornado looking a little bit rocked here, Kazna Kru. They're going to be feeling confident. High fives all round, which means we're about to get into round 2 here. On Ruinberg is going to be Tornado on the defense, Kazna Kru on the attack. Mojo, do you see any surprises here in the lineups?
Nice 3 Super Conquerors here in defense for Tornado. That's pretty standard setup with a light tank. Kazna playing with 2 mouse tanks, 3 i7s. It could be a variation of the strat they usually play. They know to push like middle with 2 mouses and i7s on the other side to get the crossfires. Usually with i7s on the upper side. But they do know that Tornado would be ready for that. So probably there is some mind play in here.
Some shenanigans, some mind play. I like this. As we said, Ruinberg is always this map where teams might try and pull something new out the bag. It is always something generally difficult for the attacking team to break through, but, you know, it can be done. It's just a tough order. Now, Kazna Kru splitting up tanks, some going south, some going top. Kazna Kru blue side on the attack and Tornado red side on the defense.
Nesqui spotted, but he didn't receive any shells for that, so really lucky for him. He did see mouses and they didn't see anyone on upper side, and they were ready to counter it because Tornado had almost every possible aim that way. And now they're shifting their attention to the lower side of the map. But Kazna so far is just waiting.
Double mouse on attack. They're going to just push through the middle at some point, Mojo?
It does look to me they're actually waiting for that T100 maybe to commit and to take him out of the action, because they do know that Tornado likes to play aggressive from that side. So you see there is a budget and 2 i7s waiting in a trap. What of sort.
Applewell taking 2 bounces directly ahead of him there.
Well, now actually there is no trap anymore, because now that he bounced those shells, there is go 1 connection coming in. They do know where are the Kazna tanks.
Okay, how are you going to play this one, Tornado?
I think Kazna's going to rotate and go on the other side of the map. They're not going to push here for sure.
Mouses are starting to move about a little bit. Moisen, I believe, is the correct pronunciation. Pardon my German. Everyone always writes it in chat, but that doesn't help you actually pronounce it if you don't know how to speak German. Anyhow, this slow-paced matchup right now coming in here on Ruinberg. Kazna Kru looking for an opening, looking for some kind of play to make against Tornado, who can happily run down the clock, wait for it to hit 0, and that will count as a defensive win. So at some point, Kazna Kru are going to have to do something.
Well, Tornado actually have a really good rounded defense here. Super Conqueror up, Super Conqueror covering from the side. So they have a backup for a backup. They have all the guys up, ready to snipe, a light tank around the middle. So they're just going to play reactionary. There is nothing they actually need to do to pressure Kazna to push. Kazna is the one that's pressured because the clock is always working against them.
Yep, Kazna Kru are the ones that have to make the play there. Sometimes it's good. That's why a lot of teams usually, when it comes to tiebreaker, choose the defensive side, don't they? So they can have that just additional thing on their side to force the other team to do something.
Time is always your ally if you're defending. So that's like an 8th warrior on your side.
8th player. Okay, let's see. Kazna Kru spread out across the map completely here, top and bottom. What are they going to do with this one? This is rather unusual, actually.
It's just like a couple of fakes. They were giving some spots, deciding like they had the option to rotate up. They had the rotate because they were dispersed all over the map to gather up and push down, and that's it. So the choice is, okay, we are going to go down. The mouse tanks, they should probably be used to cut off the middle so no one can shoot the i7s from the lower side. The risky part is how to take over that 0 line. We've seen how Kazna ferociously defended it in the last round, and we do know that Tornado will do the same, because if they lose it and don't apply enough damage, that's a lost game. They know it.
Okay, now we see Kazna Kru all grouping up down the bottom of the map. They're sending the double mouse through the middle as a distraction. They're going to take a lot of shots here from Tornado, but they're not really getting any connections here, although one just peeks in at the end onto Haiba, but he's still full HP. He's tracked, but Yisni beside him is also on full HP. And now the rest of Kazna Kru start pushing in.
There you go, the I7s are going, they are going to pressure the cap. Butchats need to do something about that heavy tank up. Light tank is now lit up, let's see, will be some connections. And Nesqui is not moving because he didn't realize it
Nesqui
immediately.
in a dangerous position here, 497 HP left. The shots continue to fire into him. They know Applewow's in the corner. They're going to try and push up into the corner of these buildings and get some shots into him. Vessel takes a bit of damage, move across into Sarah, but the return fire goes back into Server, and he takes one of his face for his trouble, and now he gets a damaged gun. That's going to slightly affect his accuracy there in that 50B.
This is actually really good because these Butchats are not spotted. I7s are also in cooldown position. I think they will delete the Apple. Wow, the question is only, will some of them survive
Oh,
detection?
the damage going back into Derzer. Manages to limp away in 226 HP, but Nexus picks up the first kill there as he drops down Applewell, and that's first blood to Kazna Kru. But look how much damage they've taken in return for that. Both of their Butchats now on a one
Doesn't matter
shot.
because now they can fade, and Nesqui is on 500 HP. The problem is both of them are a one shot even for a light tank. So their reliability in that moment. Mouse tanks are keeping the Super Conquerors away, and the cap pressure will be imminent now.
Haiba and Yizne just forcing these tanks back off the cap circle as the cap is started there by what looks like Diplomat and his IS-7. These double mouse can cause problems. Nesqui going to sneak round the back here in that T100. Unspotted here, keeping himself protected using the fountain. And that's going to be really dangerous here for Kazna Kru because they're not going to know that he's going to be in that position.
If Kazna actually connected one more shell on Nesqui, this game would probably be already done. But he's a secret weapon that Tornado can use against them. He has the potential to kill both of the Butchats and to reset the cap. We must never neglect him now because that's a mobile tank with high camo value
He's
and
spotted.
decent card.
He's spotted already. He sees Dares, he shoots Dares, but there's a wall in the way. Dares misses his shot, second shot comes out, misses. There is vehicles in the way which will be able to eat shots. Dares gets a connecting shot. Nesqui gets a kill on Dares. 119. Nesqui's still alive. Nexus can still there, so Nexus can still get shot. Nesqui, very dangerous play at the moment, but Nexus gets the kill and the T100 is dropped. The ace in the hole has gone for Tornado.
It's a problem, but Dares didn't pen him. He had the shot. You could hear the bounce on the turret, but this is the reaction now by Tornado. They are forced to push. They must do something about it. And these Super Conquerors, they're going to take so much damage.
Look at this from Diplomat, pre-aiming there already, waiting to get a shot into Nearyu. Nearyu goes down. Diplomat was holding his shot. It was Call Me Pure. They got the kill on Nearyu. Nuclear taking an absolute beating as he moves forward as well. Call Me Pure just going to move on up out of the cap. It's 4 guns of Tornado against 6 of Kazna Kru. And it looks like Kazna Kru once again with the advantage here, Mojo. And they're putting the screws onto Tornado, and they're probably going to win this round.
This game is done already. It's just a matter of the time. Well, the carcass of the Tornado will be butchered at the moment. 2 guns are remaining in the game. Griffon on full HP but on reload, and Nuclear just on one shot. Kazna with 6 guns remaining. They have it.
Griffin now the only player left for his team. This is Runeberg. This is going to be Kazna Kru leading this match 2-0. Ring ring, is that a telephone? It's Kazna Kru asking if Tornado are turning up to this fight or not.
This is a good place by Kazna, but let's not haste it up. Like, they still have 1 gun in the game. Let's see, will Nexus survive this? And then there will be plenty of the maps to see after.
Vetso taking the shots there from Griffin. Sneaks in to get the killing shot there from Nexus. And this is 2-0. Kazna Kru leading the world champions Tornado to 0.
This is a good start for Europe. This is a good start for Kazna. Nice plays there. I'm actually really satisfied how they performed. I'm a bit surprised why Tornado didn't cover the lower part of the map better. That was really bad spotting on that side. Simply bad spotting. And light tank in the middle, to get caught with the light tank, like with the pants down like that and lose so much HP, that's also sloppy play by Tornado. And it got punished heavily.
Kazna Kru looking super calm here. Looking like they have this in the bag. And to be honest right now, Tornado look as worried as my beard does, Mojo.
Your beard may be worried.
Why did I say that?
But the happiness of everyone else.
Why did I say
I'm going to
this?
help you shave it, actually.
I'm going to have no voice tomorrow and no beard at this rate.
I'm going to bring a cutting knife.
What
because,
a day.
you know,
there's going to be like
this.
there's going to be like 10 people waiting at the hotel with razors in their hands saying, "Hey mate, you're not getting out of this one." Oh, great start from Kazna. Absolutely great start from Kazna Kru here. Runeberg was Tornado's pick. It was their first pick of the map. Now we're going to be going into Muruvanka, which was Kazna Kru's pick. Now after Muruvanka, who cares about the accuracy stat? It's not going to be relevant. It's all going to be about whether it's 2-2 once Muruvanka's done and dusted, or whether it's perhaps 3-1 or 4-0 for Kazna Kru by that stage.
Murovanka can be a good map for both of these teams. We've seen it played. Kazna had some sloppy games from time to time, getting capped and so on, but I think they progressed far away from that period of their Murovanka career, I would say. I really hope I will not see it happen again, because that was exactly what happened in the last Grand Finals.
It was Murovanka and it was Savage Squad against Kazna Kru.
Man.
That showed Kazna Kru how to play Murovanka. Beat them twice and then took them in
when they played the Grand Finals, they got capped before you could start the game started, you know?
Yeah, that was I think that's the quickest cap rush we've ever had in the Grand Finals. And you should have been ready for it. Tornado not looking all happy smiles and faces here right now. This was exchanged between Ders and Nesqui. Nesqui picks up the kill, but then Nexus from Unspotted is able to get the kill. Now all that's left is Griffin by this stage. Great play from Kazna Kru, using that double mouse in the middle to be able to come through and punish the tanks of Tornado when they were having to make the commitment. And Kazna Kru are going to be feeling confident right now, Mojo.
It's really important that Nexus was also there to help kill that light, because if he survived, he would be really a huge pain in the butt of the Kazna.
Great play. Really great play. Really great to see this, that the Russian teams no longer have such a dominant hold on other regions as we've seen in the past. Everyone's stepping up. Everyone's, you know, got their game faces on. Everyone's trying their hardest. And you can see Ders' reaction there when he died. Yizne, just, you know, no reaction whatsoever. It's just Yizne's happy face.
No, this is like actually really balanced tournament compared to the many we've seen before. Yes, you have some teams that are performing not that best. Mainly, unfortunately, Chinese teams, because they don't have such an international experience as these guys.
Yeah.
But these guys, the rest of them, they're really seasoned. And you can see it. Like, you cannot go in a single match without just, you know, we're just going to do it easy. No, it's not happening anymore.
Kazna Kru surviving there with 5 tanks still alive. 99 shots against 61. Kazna Kru not necessarily with the greatest hit ratio there, but it doesn't matter. They won this. They wrecked Tornado. Damage blocked almost similar there. Outstanding play from Kazna Kru.
I just hope that those European traitors are sweating as much as your
beard, yes, those guys on the desk. Awfully, awfully quiet over there right now on the analyst desk. They're going to do it, Mojo. Me and you said Kazna Kru. Me and you are going to be right, mate.
Who needs the beard, man, right?
Who needs a beard? Why did I agree to this? Right, Kazna, Idemo, as it says on the side of their tanks,
Idemo.
It is Serbian for let's go. How do you do it, Mojo?
Idemo.
Idemo. It's Idemo versus Davai right now. And right now, Idemo is winning.
2-0, man. Entire map. That's a hefty advantage. I mean, there is a lot of room here for your beard to survive, let's be honest. But
to be honest, this is like one of the worst situations, because now I kind of want to shave my beard off because I want Kazna to win, but I don't want to shave my beard off. So it's like one of these bets you make that's not really a safe bet. You make the bet for the entertainment and then you immediately regret it. So let's go into map number 2 here. Murovanka round 3. Tornado Energy are going to be leading the attack into Kazna Kru's defense. Kazna Kru currently leading Tornado 2-0. Are we going to get 2-1, or are we going to get Kazna Kru stepping up 3-0 and having an absolute dream start to this matchup? Well, there's one way to find out, and that's to go here into Murovanka. Kazna Kru blue side, Tornado red side.
Kazna playing with a light tank in the defense. That usually means a super aggressive spot in a start and then maybe passive spotting later, depending do they want to push with the entire team to back him up or how they want to play. Tornado, on the other hand, playing with STRV. STRV positioned already means they're going to anchor one side and pressure with the rest of the tanks. Mid control by both teams at the moment. This is the current meta we've seen in a couple of the matches so far.
Okay, let's see how they're going to do this one. Call Me Piotr moving up across the back of base 2, coming round the corner. Everyone else in Kazna Kru lined up, trying to basically get a defense.
Look at this approach.
1-2, but now there's double tanks pushing into number 1, and Kazna Kru don't quite have tanks in position yet.
Super Conqueror is already going to 1 line from the Kazna, but look at the aggressive spot of the I-7 there. Super Conqueror on 3 line from the Tornado, covering their flank in a cooldown, and I-7 will pressure the cap soon.
Vetso playing peekaboo there with Apple Wow. Diplomat is spotted out in that area where he can potentially get resets from, but look at this. Call Me Piotr and Haiba moving out through the magical forest. There is a Super Conqueror just outside the forest. He is spotted. That is nuclear, so they are going to get vision for that. Call Me Piotr continues his stealthy little advance through the forest here, looking for tanks of Tornado.
This is a risky play by Kazna because they need to be efficient by clearing this forest. And they do have a 50B and the Bachat on the side, plus a Super Conqueror. At the moment, it doesn't actually look really good on Kazna, especially since this STRV is not utilized. He cannot be used at all.
Call Me Piotr takes a hit there from Near You. He has spotted. Call Me Piotr gets himself safe. Now what can happen to Near You here? Because the rest of the Kazna Kru tanks are going to collapse on him. Near You in a dangerous position. He thinks he just has a T100. Great shot there from Call Me Piotr, hitting one into Near You, not taking any damage in return. But look at this. Here comes the cavalry as Ders comes in for the ram and the shot. Near You's going to fall here. Does a good bit of damage before he goes down, but there's fighting going on elsewhere as well. Nuclear is getting dropped down almost to one shot. Super Conqueror, he's down to 170. He's about to get dropped as well. And Kazna Kru are about to start off this match once again in another round with 2-tank advantage over Tornado.
By the Raya's beard, that push from the light tank was actually brilliant because he lured some shots from Near You and he did damage on him. Now they have a crossfire. 50B is actually trapped. There is a lot of time on this match to be gained. 24 seconds for a cap. That's the only danger the Kazna now has. They won the battle physically. Now they need to make sure that cap doesn't happen.
20 seconds left to go here. As Griffon drops Haiba, brings things back level almost on tanks difference. But what can Kazna Kru do? They need to come back and get a reset. Great shot there into the T100 to track him here. They're pushing into Cap Circle. There is a reset coming in as Vessel pushed around the corner. Diplomat took a lot of damage in his Super Conqueror to peak round. Ders killed Call Me Piotr. There was a team kill in there. And then Ders gets Sever. Oh my god. Blue on blue right now. Medic, medic.
It did happen before. Diplomat is now here on one shot. He's shooting HE to control the cap. There is 4 guys of Tornado remaining, mainly Diodor with 100% of HP and his STRV is the only guy with full HP. But Kazna now has only 3 guys surviving and Ders is on reload. That's a big problem now for them.
Ders currently on something like 4 kills, including a teammate right now. It is 3-on-3. Tornado continuing the pressure on the Cap Circle, Nesquik and Applewell there. It is STRV against double Batchat and against Super Conqueror and IS-7. Kazna Kru on the defense, all they need to be able to do right now is do resets and then get back out of the way. Play the clock down, use that to their advantage, and great positioning here from Nexus to get a reset into Nesquik. Now someone needs to get a shot into Applewell.
Now they know the position, so there will be a rotation from Ders. He needs to go elsewhere because they know the Diodor is controlling the center here. They need to find how to take him out. Take him out or go to the woods and shoot these heavies in their butts.
These Batchats can play exceptional here. And
yeah,
2v1 Nexus gets himself caught. Double shot going into him. Is able to get a reset there, but took a lot of damage for that. Not what we wanted right now.
Isne is now approaching. He's gonna play the cooldown above them. Nexus will not peek anymore. He will just cover the flank of this STRV. And the main target will be the STRV on the other side. That's why Nexus actually had to do this.
Yizny with a bounce there on Nesquik. There's a shot coming into Applewell from Nexus. Great connection there. Yizny pouring on the pressure from the top. Their STRV for Tornado can't get into this fight. He's pinned in that area because of that. And look at this angle from Ders. Fantastic play. Shot into Applewell. Great play from Ders. He takes one from Diodor. Can't peek back over there. Yizny now having to make a move. Nesquik takes another shot as he moves forward. Applewell's down to one shot. He's wanting to push up on Nexus. Nexus has one more shot. Yizny getting a shot into Nesquik, but Yizny takes one. Yizny needs another one into Nesquik so Nexus can finish him off. Woo! There is a kill in each other. But look at this. Yizny is in a dangerous position now because Diodor's coming around shooting into him. 2 tanks left. There is another shot coming. Yizny's still got HP right now. Ders needs to make the most of his HP. STRV on STRV action. Yizny's in a very dangerous place right now. He's in a crossfire. They need to drop Applewell so they can focus on 1 tank.
Ders needs to make a move, man. He has those 3 shells and half of HP. He needs to help him somehow.
Ders is reloading. Ders is reloading right now, and this is leaving Yizny to fight off 2 tanks.
That's a team call, then. That's a team call. 4 minutes,
Yizny.
almost 5 minutes. Yizny is one-on-one against Diodor. He does survive this shell. He's not gonna survive for far longer.
Applewell comes up and gets the kill into Yizny. Now it's all up to Ders. Potentially, really bad time to do a reload. Although the danger is that if you could only put 3 into Diodor, Diodor would still continue to shoot into Yizny. Now it's all up to Ders. He needs to be able to play peekaboo. He needs to be able to get a reset and run, and that's going to be difficult. The only thing to his advantage is that Applewell's a one-shot, and Diodor trying to chase down a Batchat and STRV. Yeah, he's got the speed, but he doesn't have the gun handling when he's not in siege mode.
I think when the fight started and Diodor starting shooting, yeah, there is the end of flank. Ders should have risked it for a biscuit, pushed to just kill the Super Conqueror. I think that was the critical moment. He would end up on 1 shot because Diodor will 100% be able to fire at least 1 shot, shelling him. But if they kill him and they're 2-on-1, they can just play a ring around the roses around the house and take him out over the time. Now he is facing 2 enemies. This is the worst scenario possible. You don't have 2 enemies now, you have 3 enemies now. The time plus 2 guys from Tornado.
Ders, can he do something here for Kazna Kru? If he can pull it out the bag here and be the hero, despite getting a team kill despite an accidental shot and a team kill. The problem is here is he can peek up, he can get a reset. He knows he's spotted immediately. Great reset already. Can he continue to farm damage? He's got him tracked. Dares might be able to kill. There's a shot coming back out there from the Conqueror. Dares knows he can get at least 2 more shots and then run. Has to be very careful. Back off Dares. There's another shot coming in. Dares survives on 140 HP. Now he's going to have to back off, reload, and think how he wants to take this one. Both tanks from Tornado are a one-shot for Dares. And, well, Diodor was ammo-racked, but he just repaired it.
I think this last shot was a bit too risky. Yes, he did drop him on one shot, but now he's one shot himself. He didn't need to take it. It was better if he was on like more HP, but never mind. Still, there is a huge chance for Kazna because he is the only guy who can actually do active rotations and he does need to take one of them out. STRV will not move from the cap. They will rely on Appleva will with aggressive play in a cooldown. Spot Dares on time, so STRV can turn his aim on time and take him out if Super Conqueror falls. Also, let's not forget, Super Conqueror has great gun, great aiming, and he can do it even while driving.
And let's not forget as well that in Super Conqueror is Applewell. He is spotted, he sees Dares, he snapshots round, comes round, Dares speaks, stops to get a shot, but Applewell gets that one, and it is going to be Tornado bringing back into this match. It is going to be 2-1, Tornado picking up the first round here on Muravanka.
Dares just doesn't have luck with RNG. In the last game, he didn't penetrate the turret of that light, and now he didn't connect to Super Conk.
How vital, how different could that fight have been if there wasn't a team kill in the middle of it as well?
If the light was alive, this would be completely different.
Dares got about 4 kills in that fight, but he also shot his own light. He also killed his own light. Unfortunate, it was a situation where he desperately needed to drop the AMX before the AMX killed Call Me Piotr, but them's the breaks. It's, you know,
I just think
2 inches to the left, 2 inches, not even that,
like
2 millimeters to the left, 2 millimeters to the right. It could be a different scenario. Maybe a bit of RNG going against him with the way it went in the aiming circle. But, you know, some you win, some you lose. Kazna Kru still, however, vitally in the lead right now, 2-1. But they have opened the door ever so slightly for Tornado here.
Yeah, this was their game to win. I think they really had it by positions, by everything. Tornado did a hell of a job to survive this. We must commend them, but yeah, hey, they are like double world champions, so we cannot really take anything out of them. But Kazna is playing exceptional today. These are slight mistakes, and they do happen.
Another thing as well is when Nexus peaked to get a reset, he took 2 shots in return, which then allowed the I7 to push out and get him. Had that not happened, that would have been a very different scenario as well. So sometimes just a bit of misplay there with being able to protect the HP. I mean, like you said, Dares was reloading. Why was he reloading? But even if he'd put 3 shots into the STRV, it wouldn't have been enough to kill the STRV.
It's not STRV,
but it might have been distracted him. He had no shots in Applewell though, because Applewell was round the terrain. So all he could shoot was
like
STRV.
He should have pushed. Like at the moment they committed on STRV, he should have pushed to get a shot on that Super Conk, take 1 shot in return, and then survive. Or at least leave Isne to play STRV on STRV one-on-one.
Yeah.
And then we would just rely on Swedish power to win.
The problem is the minute he went on reloads in Tornado, as soon as Applewell pushed up over the hill and Applewell wasn't getting shot at, I mean, the thing is, if he hadn't reloaded, if he just waited when Applewell pushed over the hill, he had clean shots on Applewell. So it's almost like Tornado knew at that moment, he's like, no shots coming in, he's just reloading.
This was a really great move here by Light Tank when he managed to turn them around, play the cooldown from here, lure the shells from near you. And this moment when the Nexus died, there was no way he would survive. He knew it, he saved the last shell so that him and Isne both, between themselves, can kill that I7. So the plays were good, and this is the moment I think there is already should have pushed.
This is the moment where he went on reload, he comes over that way, he gets spotted out, misses with the shot. Applewell gets the shot. If Dares had landed that shot, he could have got himself away. It's just him and the STRV, which means the STRV has to come hunting for him, or the STRV has to play one hell of a guessing game to sit in that capture circle and be facing the right way when Dares comes running in for the reset.
You saw Isne on a start there with his crazy Viking look.
Crazy eyes, Isne. Nexus coming out top damage there.
Almost 5,000. Now you know why did they miss Nexus so much on the tournaments, guy. He is a beast.
He'd survived. And Diodor in that STRV playing brilliant. Applewell playing brilliant. Last 2 tanks surviving for their team. Call Me Piotr was actually the 4th top damage there in that T100 light. If only he'd been able to go a bit longer. Dares coming in there 5th damage. So
look at this.
Very, very close game, and this is exactly what realistically we want to see between these 2 teams. It shows how close on skill level they are.
This is really nice, looking good for Kazna at the moment. I'm looking forward to see now what will they play in attack. Attack, of course, being a more dangerous and heavy function. But on Murovanka, there is always a potential if you take out a spotter that you can pressure the cap, and then the team defending is actually the one in problem.
2 team kills in back-to-back matches, both coming from European teams.
Hey, the last one won the match, so let's see.
Indeed,
maybe that's a luck sign
we'll
here.
Just see how it goes now.
But your beard survived, that's the problem.
For now, it breathes a sigh of relief. Now we're going to be going into round 2 on Murovanka. It's going to be Kazna Kru on the attack. It's going to be Tornado trying to defend it. What can he do here? Let's have a look at the tank lineups. Mojo, any surprises here?
Defense of Tornado, playing with 3 Super Kongs, STRV, a light and about... This is almost the same setup they had in attack. I mean, they had a 50B, but never. Kazna playing, on the other hand, again, with a light tank and an STRV and Super Kong. So they have both potential, both teams, to just go at each other, play the confrontation, or to play attrition slow game where they want to find a spotter.
Okay, let's see how this one's going to go down. Tornado, they're going to be on defense from the red side. Kazna Kru, they're going to be attacking on the blue side. Kazna Kru currently leading Tornado 2-1 as the second round here on Murovanka, which is our second map of this lineup, this match between these 2 teams. Well, Call Me Piotr already taking a shot there on his T100 light as he scouts through the magical forest.
He took a big hit there. 364, and he spotted only Nesqui. He didn't see anyone else from Tornado, but Tornado is actually not on that side of the map. They're all on other. STRV is the only, like, their backup, the eyes from above, as someone who will protect them if they're pushed.
Near you, sitting in the bush in his STRV. Now, Tornado are the reigning world champions. They won the last grand final. Near you just turns and runs. Well, it doesn't turn and run. He's in an STRV. It goes just as fast backwards as it does forwards, and it doesn't have a turret, so there's no point in turning it around. He gets himself out of that area, and Tornado are going to reposition himself down into this bottom corner where so many defensive teams end up. They just give up control of the map because it allows them to cover both bases with quite good vision.
3 Super Conquerors gathered up to fight against a single action. If Kazna presses #1 cap, even a light tank is going ahead with them to spot. There might actually be even a push for domination by Tornado. They're not a team that wants to wait for enemy to do something and give them that advantage.
Tornado pushing here up the 1-2 line. Now, both of these teams are safe in their group. They're both going to be going to the quarterfinals. What they're fighting for here is a bit of pride, but it's also positional play. The loser of this match will be facing off against Ding. In the quarterfinals, the winner will be facing off against top tier, the American team. Shots coming out here from Diplomat. Multiple shots going back in his way, but none connecting with him. He's still got all his HP, but look at this. Lines one up again. Gets a connecting shot into Nesqui, it looked like, in the T100.
Oh, that's not what he aimed for, but that's what he hit. And Vetso and Diplomat do have a crossfire here, but Vetso has to be careful because he will be pressured. Kazna actually doesn't have tanks yet in a motion to set up with this. Budget is pushing over, and Diplomat will be in a serious danger.
Diplomat in the real world of trouble. Vetso pushing up over in that area. He's isolated, has no support from his tank. Diplomat's now going to get clipped in the side. That looked like actually a team shot coming in there into the side of the Batchat, but now these tanks are going to back off. The rest of Kazna Kru are going to try and turn around to pour the fire in, but Diplomat is isolated on his teammate as well. He's only got 83 HP. Nobody can help him, and that's 2 tanks down for Kazna Kru. Tornado still with 7 guns in the game.
Tornado have this under control. Now they are really outgunning Kazna. Only 4 guys remaining. High, but there's Nexus and Izne, and it is an attack against the reigning world champion on Murovanka.
Near you taking a couple of big hits there as he backs off down the bottom area. Tornado just grouping all their tanks together at the moment, roaming about this battlefield like a big murder death ball, looking for the next Kazna Kru tank to focus their fire on. Kazna Kru now down 3 tanks as Call Me Piotr in the T100 has also been dropped. This is going to be extremely difficult for Kazna Kru to come back into this. They are the attacking team. They need to make the play. As Mojo would say, they're effectively playing against 8 different things now going against them.
Well, the problem is Kazna did expect maybe there will be a push by 3 or 4 tanks, but they didn't expect 7. Tornado actually just abandoned one side of the map, did a risky push on that side, and they were ready. Okay, if there is no one here, we're going to leave someone and we're just going to all return on the other side of the map.
Nice shot there from Haiba into Nesqui, but Kazna Kru, they're playing up against the 7 tanks of Tornado, and that 8th enemy playing against them is time. 6 minutes left to play. Kazna Kru with only 4 guns to try and do something here. And look at this, side shots coming in here from Nesqui in that T100 light, shooting back into Haiba. Push over the top by the Batchat and Server. Heavy's coming around the corner as well. Haiba is isolated from the rest of the team, and Tornado are doing this clinically. They're taking damage across the board, but they're selecting one Kazna Kru tank each time and just saying, we're going to remove you from the battlefield.
No, Isne, you're not gonna connect that one. Nuclear is the winner of this duel. Nexus and Durs are the last guys surviving for Kazna here. This is not a game they can win. This is nothing they can do here to remedy what already happened. So they'll just have to chill out a bit, honestly, and wait for the next game. Next game that will be played. Tornado, I don't think they're gonna even wait. I think they're gonna chase them.
Nexus and Durs here with the potential, with the biggest upset here in Wargaming League history to turn it around 2-on-7. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, that potential is worse than the
Durs spotted. Watch all the multiple shots come in just a second.
Oh, there you go.
There's one. Another one just totally hit the deck. Someone really had a really bad aim there.
Well, Nexus is located also. Light
Server doing over 3k damage now, picking up that kill. Nexus is now spotted as well. All the guns from Tornado going to turn there and face him. He picks up a kill there for Nesqui. Bit there, Pride going in for his teammate. But he's taking shots. This is red line hugging right now. Various players in the European server will be familiar with that area. But now Kazna Kru about to be dropped in this one. Tornado going to draw at level 2-2 here on Muravanka. Next up, Mojo, I believe we're going to be going into Mines, and then we have Ghost Town still to go.
Well, Nexus is, while that's going on, just going to fade a bit. Try to load another clip, which is not going to happen soon because he has a Amarek down. And maybe get a clip out if it happens. If he gets the repair, I would really like to know. Nah, it's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to reload in time. I mean, let's take nothing away from Kazna Kru. Tornado are the reigning world champions. When they came through the grand finals last season, they absolutely stomped everyone they faced. They didn't drop more than 2 rounds in a single match. Kazna Kru right now, we're leading them 2-0. Tornado bringing it back 2-2. But that does not mean that anything is over here. Applewell looking back and forth, trying to find out which way he is, where he's going to be left or right. He knows he's right now. Whoa! A precision fire from Tornado. Absolutely devastating there. Everyone connecting and hitting their shots at the same time.
That was
a
connection from Death Stars, man. Like, wow.
Wow, that was...
the entire team shot him in the same moment.
It was just like 3 tracers all in at the same time.
There was like 5 or 6 that I saw.
They knew he was going to be in that corner as well, so pre-aiming it, and Applewell was the sacrificial lamb sent forward to try and find them. But great play so far from both of these teams, getting an equal measure of each other, but that round on Muravanka, heavily one-sided to Tornado. Just grouping up, just pushing, isolating Kazna Kru tanks one by one, and showing a real dominating performance that round. Actually,
that was a round that can actually define this match.
As much as we, a European fanboy here, that was really nice play watching Tornado play that round there. Really nice play.
The first round on Muravanka could be the one that actually defines this match and how it goes. It had potential for Kazna to go 3-0, which would make this 3-1. And, you know, going to Mines and Ghost Town, it's much easier to pick out at least one round everywhere than like this. Now they're equal with Tornado, and that's a not cool spot to be in.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to go up against. I mean, seeing so many tanks come at you like that. Wetzel was caught up on the edge of the ridgeline. Diplomat was directly ahead of him in the bushes. They had nowhere to run, nowhere to go. One of their back chats, for some reason, got spotted and got caught out in the middle, had multiple shots going into him. So, bit of a positioning lesson there from Kazna Kru. Perhaps if they saw that one earlier, should have moved their tanks out of the way or pulled their tanks back in to provide additional covering fire.
The guys from Kazna don't look too distressed, honestly.
Well, the thing is that they know they're through already. So what's playing on their minds right now is, okay, we're going to do our best here against Tornado, but they also have to be thinking to themselves, if we lose this match, we're going to go up against Ding.
Again.
Now, historically, Kazna Kru have never defeated Ding at LAN. They've came very close to it, but they've never been able to get the advantage over them. Arguably, this is Kazna Kru's best chance. Kazna Kru with a full-strength team, Ding with a weakened team without Breakneck and having lost Kreitz earlier on this season.
Yeah, that's if it goes to that, but this match is far from done, so we're going to focus on Kazna winning over Tornado and then playing someone else. I hope that, for sake of Europe, it's going to be like that, because then other solution is for European team to fight European team and kick each other out.
Indeed, what we want as European fans is we want Kazna Kru to win this. We want to see Kazna Kru come top of the group, go up against Tornado Energy, which then means, actually no, because we don't really want Ding to face Tornado. We can't really fail. It doesn't work out when they're, you know, somebody's going to have to play a tough opponent regardless of how it goes. But if Kazna Kru are able to defeat Tornado here, then that's going to give Ding confidence, because Ding would then be playing them.
At least you can count that Nexus can farm damage and kills, man.
But as you always say, Mojo, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and also you always say the teams get what they deserve.
Exactly, that's how it goes, man. The Earth always cycles.
Vetso, not looking too great, but that Yuzne, bit different from how he was at the end of the camera that time. You could see, I can only imagine what's going through his head. Diplomat is like, yeah, didn't go so great. Kazna Kru back to the drawing board for this one. Now we're going to be going into Mines, which was a Kazna Kru pick, and then it's going to be Ghost Town afterwards if it gets to that stage. Well, it can only get to that stage because no one can win it here in
Kazna
Mines.
actually plays Mines really well, and their attacks on Mines are excellent, but facing Tornado again, as I say, that's a different level of story. Now, also they need to deal with defense on Mines. So, by far, Kazna is one of the best European teams on Mines. We've seen them on many matches. They came out of really dire situations.
Oh, hell yeah.
Had really some cool pushes that we witnessed and so on and so on. I don't know, man. Like, they're about 80% win rate there. I really don't know what is the Tornadoes. Oh, server 3.4k. Okay, that's decent, man. I would not say anyone went above too much with damage.
3.4 with 11 shots. Very nicely done. Nuclear coming in second there and his Super Conqueror with Griffon right behind him. Then near you, then Diplomat. I mean, he was one of the first ones to fall, but he certainly went down swinging from that position.
Well, the big thing is that, look at this. More than 4k damage block for Tornado, and Kazna has only one guy on top page of damage with less than 2000 damage. So you don't have to look really a lot for the reasons of the loss.
Tornado shooting far superior as well. 85 against 60-something there for Kazna Kru. So, still plenty of work to do for both teams. Nothing is sure. It is all tied at 2-2. Neither team really having an advantage. The advantage was earlier with Kazna Kru, but that has been trimmed back down here by Tornado Energy. They're looking to try and step ahead for the first time in this match, try and take the first round here on Mines. But like you said, Mojo, Mines is a map that Kazna Kru are extremely strong on. We know as well that Tornado are extremely strong in this map, so they'll be looking forward to the matchup. I'm expecting a big, massive fight here in the middle. I'm not expecting whoever's defending to be going passive in the defense. I'm expecting aggressive defense. I'm expecting a big fight within the first 3 minutes.
I'm not sure. I don't think Kazna should push the middle against Tornado. It could really prove to be a futile thing.
Well, going back to the analyst desk earlier on, Niall said you don't want to take a Russian team on Mines with a fight in the middle because they do this all the time, they know the angles. But looking at the lineup here from Kazna Kru on the attack with IS-7s, Tornado going with Super Conquerors, IS-7s, D100 and AMX 50B. Looks like that's what Tornado's going to perhaps want to do as well, unless he can send that 50B and 100 round the right-hand side.
50B, definitely a tank who can go and flank, but also 50B, a tank who can sit in a base and wait for the enemy and have a crossfire with his teammates behind the house, behind the corner, wherever. So there are possibilities for this. It doesn't have to be played just like expected.
Well, let's see how things go. It is map number 3 here. The teams are squared at 2-2 at the moment. Tornado Energy on the defense, red side, Kazna Kru on the blue side on attack. Both teams driving up towards the middle here. Kazna Kru getting the advantage straight away. Both Batchats getting there up on the hill.
They are trying to spot a light. If they spot a light, they're going to try to see if he's late for his
Squeeze spotted. He's up there safe. Nobody has shots because the Batchat's not reloaded yet. They don't have the smaller guns.
Yeah, they don't have the smaller guns because they will need them later. But the thing is, they were trying to see if maybe Nesqui fails the climb and he is a bit late, because that's the way you can catch him. But this was perfect. Nesqui was up and that's it. GG, he controls the hill.
Theodore immediately turning back around to go back into his base to start farming that area from the hill. He's extremely exposed in this area, but nobody has vision on him. Only really the IS-7 of Diplomat could peek out, and he already knows that there's a 50B in that area covering his position. Easily now able to get up onto the hill unchallenged as well. Kazna Kru getting initially all the positions that they wanted to at the moment.
Yeah, but look at the IS-7 from Tornado. He's not passive. He's gonna actually maybe even try. Yeah, this is what he's looking for. He's trying to see, will someone spot in, and can he actually cross and get to that G1 position in cooldown to control the island. That's his intention. But now, knowing what's going on, he's just gonna back off. Applewau is the one also spotting that side. So actually, Tornado now has a really good coverage of the map, and Kazna's gonna have to do a big think tank what to do. And this is what I told you, like you have that 50B exactly on J8 corner.
Just sit back there and wait for stuff to shoot.
Yeah, we've seen teams like even Kazna play something like 2 50Bs there, not just one, but playing Super Conqueror there is crucial. We've seen in several games like Super Conquerors from there he do vast amounts of damage.
Okay, let's see how this one goes. Apowow playing the Spore. Sometimes you see a T100 in this position, but a very different way of playing at the moment here from Tornado in this area. Kazna Kru on the attack. Blue side, they're going to have to think of something what to do. Tornado defending here. If the clock runs down to 0, that means it's a Tornado victory. At the top, you have both team names. Beside them, you have the total HP of the teams as well. When you see the team fight happening, watch those numbers drop, and you can see who has the advantage immediately. Left and right, you have the teams' player names, the vehicle they're playing, reload indicators as well, along with the vehicle HP. So if you're not familiar with esports, it is a very different kind of UI from what you get in-game.
This is a really cautious play by Tornado. I think they're sensing that Kazna is mastering up for some kind of middle push. You remember how some of the teams used to do it? You just push straight to the middle, cut the corners, and then you brawl the enemy. So they would hope to take the Super Conqueror below the hill like that for a free, before everyone else can like crossfire them easily, and then to take the fight to Tornado and hope for the best. But Tornado pushed all the tanks back. Look, the positions are behind the house, behind the hill, and so on. So if Kazna actually does it, they're just gonna be in a crossfire of many guns.
Kazna Kru needing to think of a way out here right now. They need to either start a cap on base 1 or base 2, or they need to make a push and start doing damage, and it looks like a push is going to be an answer, Mojo. Everyone coming over here in the middle. Haiba, Vetzel, Komi, Piotr, Diplomat. Focus fire initially coming in here from Tornado into Vetzel. He is the lead tank. They want to focus the tank down, take a gun out of the game. Return fire here from Kazna Kru. Not connecting. They are driving into a shooting gallery right now. This is like shooting fish in a barrel, and Kazna Kru are taking an absolute pasting for this move.
There is no way to win this at the moment. Like Super Conquerors have such good positions against them. Nuclear maybe be singled out here, but this I7 will take such a damage. The other's position is absolutely supreme compared to Kazna.
Kazna Kru do drop a tank here in Nuclear, but they've lost 2 tanks themselves. Now, in fairness, the rest of the tanks haven't taken too much damage, but Diplomat is going to be the next one. Focus down, one more shot, and he'll go down. And look at this, Tornado just continuing to pour the pressure on. The rest of the Kazna Kru tanks not able to do return fire, not able to do return damage, and Tornado now are just going to pressure this, kill Haiba next, and then there's only going to be 3 tanks left of Kazna Kru.
Well, there we go. A light tank on a hill, crossfire with the guys down. And the counter-attack of the Tornado is now imminent. They do not have to wait for anything anymore. They can just pressure Kazna and finish off this game at least.
Disney turning to try and get shots into Nesquik out of frustration. That's a T100 light, that's not the main threat. Dare's trying to cross here on the riverside, trying to get pressure into Apowow, but he's getting shot at multiple times when he crosses because Tornado are able to relocate and just hunt for him right now. Kazna Kru, not really much left. Apowow can just come down and ram Dares to death just at the end. Don't just win, do damage is the motto of Tornado, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Let's put some salt in that wood, mate, while I'm ramming you while you're dying. Griffon is looking for the guys on the hill. He's actually connected on the rock instead of him. Not a cool thing to happen.
I would say that's a definite no-no to the YOLO, Mojo, and Kazna Kru are paying the price for that one.
Well, this game is definitely done. Tornado picking up the first round on mines, 3-2 for Tornado in this match, and Kazna will be defending in the next one and Tornado attacking.
Well, Kazna Kru, you had the advantage. You were leading the Russian world champions, the Russian champions, but now they are in control. And like I said at the start, Mojo, sometimes this happens with Tornado. They lose the first round, they lose the second round, and they just come back super strong and win the next 5 rounds or the next 7 rounds in a row.
Well, last time they played Navi, they lost 3 in a row, and then they won 7 in a row. So that was easy GG for them. It doesn't... You don't see really happy faces on Kazna players at the moment, but they do know, this is also the thing. They do know they already passed the groups. It's just a matter who will they play. And the question is how much they want to commit in this match against the world champion so early. Because if they give out all their threats at the moment in an attempt to topple the Tornado, that might actually bite them heavily later.
Indeed, Kazna Kru need to think of it. Do we do some kind of special play tactics that we have in reserve, or do we keep those tactics for Ding? Ding haven't looked the strongest. Okay, they had a strong win earlier on today, but yesterday against top tier, and that's not top tier's normal regular team. There's only 4 players from that top tier lineup here today in Europe for this tournament. Not Europe, sorry, in Moscow for this tournament. So it's going to be a heck of a matchup actually if Kazna Kru are not able to defeat Tornado here and they have to play against Ding tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Once we also get into quarterfinals, Mojo, a big point to make here is right now in the group stages we're playing best of 9, which means first team to get to 5 wins or 5 rounds. When we get to the quarterfinals, it's going to be best of 13. That's going to be a very different scenario for some teams as well.
Yeah, because you cannot ban 2 maps anymore, it's just 1. The matches can go much longer. It's about stamina, about tactics, about readiness, how to be focused all the time. So the experienced teams that do know how to play LAN and how to preserve their strength over time, they definitely have an advantage there. But Tornado looking super strong at the moment. The read on the Kazna's push was excellent. You could see how they pulled tanks away. And they were waiting for something like this.
Absolutely brutal as Kazna Kru just march into basically all of the guns of Tornado just sitting there waiting. I mean, Kazna Kru took ages just to drop a single tank. Only Nuclear they could do damage on. Everybody else was playing safe. Theodore still on full HP almost. Near you completely on full HP. Applewell still on full HP. Kazna Kru, like, so many of their tanks taking damage, and Tornado finishing that round with almost still 9,000 team HP on the board across 6 different tanks.
Let's see what is Kazna going to bring us in the defense, and I'm equally interested to see what will be Tornado's attack. All 5 guys on the damage board are from Tornado, but that was really expected because that push by Kazna was just getting shot from all the different angles. And most of their shots just went in the air.
Unlucky. Unlucky. But
look at the difference here in damage done.
Wow. Look at the shots. Look at the shots as well.
Because you drop the number of the guns and they're still shooting, so that's the difference. That's usually why the difference is huge. When you single out the enemy and your entire team is shooting and you can't shoot back.
As Daki would say, when you try your best and you can't succeed, you're going to just carry on singing, you know, fix you, but I'm not going to do it for you. Sorry, chat. You're going to have to just wait that one out. Now, Mojo, if you're Kazna Kru, how do you bounce back from this one?
Well, they are going to be on the defense now. So to play against Tornado, Tornado read this really well. And as you can see, they didn't push the hill.
No, they sat back actually and says, okay, come at us.
So Kazna has a #1 spawn now, so they can challenge the hill if they want. But in my eyes, when you're defending, that's a risky one. The defense that Tornado performed now, something like that is much better because that will make Tornado do something to see can Kazna do a mistake.
Okay, now let's get into the second round here on Mines. It is going to be round number 6. Tornado on the attack. They're on red side. Kazna Kru on the defense, blue side. Immediately, Tornado pushing up towards the hill. Kazna Kru also pushing up towards the hill. How much damage can be done? Mojo, this is going to be a block. Can they get the shots in? Can they get the blocking tactics? Comi Pure gets in focus fire into Theodore. Disney gets himself safe. But look at this. The 13105s are reloaded, and the T100s are not going to win this exchange.
2 light tanks against 2 light tanks. This really was amazing, bro. Theodore now has to run, but Nesquik will survive, and there is already 113 from Tornado on the hill. It doesn't look good for Kazna, and there has to be pressure by the rest of the guys because, hey, Piotr is completely alone on that hill.
Yizny gets dropped in his T100. Komi Piotr is going to get pushed here by Nesquik once he comes off reload. Komi Piotr might be able to get a couple of shots in before he can get dropped off the tower safely. He does get down that area. This is careful because teams, so many tanks have died coming off this area. Komi Piotr, though, he gets stopped because Theodore is on the other side waiting on him.
Yeah, Theodore was actually the one chasing him, but what can you do? Nuclear and Server and Griffon now are just controlling the entrance to the hill. This game is pretty much lost for Kazna because now they're down on guns and everything. This is going to be 4-2 for Tornado.
Nesquik coming around the side, getting shots into Diplomat. As Diplomat pushes up into the hill, these tanks from Kazna Kru, as they push forward, the danger is, has got 2. They've got a 13105 and a 113 shooting them in the flank. This is really, really bad for Kazna Kru. They just cannot focus fire. And look at this, Tornado know this. It's like a hive mind. They just push in together, and now they're going to punish Kazna Kru. Shots coming in from behind as well. This is an absolute bloodbath right now.
Little Beastie of 13105, one of the best lights in the game, proved to be really useful because they have more DPM in those shells than two T100s. You cannot question that.
2
minutes
minutes,
for Tornado.
not even 2 minutes. Old school Mines middle brawl, and that's it. 2 minutes gone, and Tornado are left standing.
As I said, it would be a much better idea not to do this. Kazna tried to surprise them with those two T100 lights. This is something also we've seen before, but the impressive is that actually Tornado also played with two French lights. It was really... I would be interested to see what would Tornado actually try to do if Kazna was not there.
Yeah.
That's what it would interest me.
And this is exactly what Niall said on Analyst Desk. He says it's a very brave move to try and take a Russian team on a hill fight like this because they do it so many times that they have just the better angles. They're going to come out on top. Now, the thing is throughout the regular season, we saw Kazna Kru do this against other European teams and come out on top and absolutely dominate them in the hill fight. But in that time round, they got absolutely spanked for it.
Kazna doesn't look like a team at the moment that wants to fight Tornado anymore. This is 4-2 for Tornado, match point, and Tornado will be defending on next map, which will be Ghost Town. Ghost Town, again, heavily brawl map. We've seen Kazna play really well on it, even on this tournament. Good defense, good attack and everything, but will it happen in this match? That's another question.
I think even Kazna Kru, if they are not able to defeat Tornado here, I think they might actually be playing in the first match of the day tomorrow, so that's not a lot of time to rest and relax here. You can see Yizny being focused down here. They get shots into Komi Piotr, but Yizny, the problem is that there's also an overlap coming in here from the tanks of Tornado. At that point, they've lost both of their lights on the hill. They can come around and shoot. The 113 of Near You got up on the hill unchallenged as well. And that crossfire situation, Kazna Kru having to push into it, is just absolutely devastating.
I can't believe that those traitors will have their way, but hey, they're at least analysts, so they have to be even partially objective in this kind of matches, you know?
And as much as I don't want to say it, my beard is safe for one more day.
Yay. You plan to make a bet tomorrow also?
I'm not gonna make a bet every day. Every day it's not gonna be, yeah, I'll bet today. There was Diodor waiting down the bottom
I
for...
bet today keeps beard away.
That was actually a really nice play from Diodor because he got up on the hill with Nesqui and Diodor actually dropped down expecting Komi Piotr to drop down. So when Nesqui forced Komi Piotr off, Diodor was down there waiting for him. So
it's not just because of that. He dropped because if there was a huge collision on a hill, he would come behind those heavy tanks and clip them out immediately. Like 3 shots, he can finish off some targets. There is a huge alpha on that light, so he can do quite a lot. And even if Kazan was just waiting behind, he was already in their base. He would just shoot them in the back, and that's it.
Somebody in chat saying that this is perhaps tactical play from Kazna Kru because they don't want to play against top tier. No.
No.
Just no. Like, no offense to top tier here, but if you're Kazna Kru and you have the choice to go up against Ding or top tier, you're going to choose top tier over Ding, over the team that's defeated you multiple times in LAN matches.
I completely see no sarcasm in that comment. But, again, damage done for Tornado almost twice as much than Kazna. Completely outplayed on that brawl on a hill. Let's go, boys.
Let's go. A demo. Come on, Kazna Kru, get back into this one. Bring it back up to 4-3. Show Tornado that there's still life in the old dog yet.
A lot of Super Conquerors in attack, 250Bs and 1 i7, no budgets, no lights or whatsoever. And pretty much similar lineup on Tornado, only 1 STRV and budget. We saw how that STRV is boosted up, the budget pushes him, and then he takes his position. A lot of teams just completely gave up on any kind of mouse or Type 5 meta here. It's all about Super Conks and i7s.
Okay, here we go. Ghost Town, it is map number 4. Tornado on match point, leading Kazna Kru 4-2. Tornado on the red side, defending Kazna Kru on the blue side, attacking. Can Kazna Kru salvage something from this map? Or once again, there we go, straight away, we see yet another STRV fail. So many teams have tried this throughout this tournament, and so many teams have failed it.
Yeah, but they're not Isnet. They don't have the Swedish pride. The Kazna is already pushing. Kazna is already pushing here toward the cap. They're gonna try to do the pressure there. Maybe hope that the STRV doesn't actually get that angle, because if he does, they're gonna get so wrecked.
Tornado one more round away from being able to pick their opponents in the quarterfinals, which will be taking place tomorrow, best of 13. If Tornado can win this one, they'll go up against top tier, which means Kazna Kru will go up against Ding. Initial shots coming out. Diodor taking a tracking shot and taking some damage there. Nesqui spotted. Near you spotted in the back chat. There is a cap pressure coming on here from Nexus and Dares. Yuzny backing off in the Super Conqueror. Tornado looking to get himself in position. Look at this play coming here on the minimap. Coming around here at E5, E6. And they're going to force the fight into Kazna Kru.
If you were wondering why is Haiba so far ahead of his teammates, this is exactly why, because Nesqui cannot peek now and shoot without getting spotted. 30 seconds on a cap, that cap is the only hope that Kazna actually has, because once these tanks from Tornado come, they are gonna crash them.
Nesqui getting a reset there on the tail end of Yuzny, and here comes the push from Tornado, looking to take the overmatch into Diplomat, into Yuzny. Nexus and Dares coming over with their shots. They're going to continue pushing into Nuclear and Applewell. Tornado need to decide what they want to do, because the tanks have came off the cap circle, and they're looking for the brawl in this Death Alley area where so many teams fight it out.
That's a good play by Kazna now, because they knew that they cannot finish the cap or do anything like that. Piotr took too much damage here. That was not really needed. Kazna has all 7 guys, but Piotr is wrecked.
Call me Piotr backing off, he's on 84 HP, but Nuclear is the first to drop. That's Vetso picking up the kill. Kazna Kru bleeding HP across the board. Tornado managing to manage their HP and save their HP. Applewell holding off here against 2 tanks. Dares wanting to peek over the edge. Nice shot there into Server, risking himself to drop off the edge here, but he maintains him. Applewell getting completely wrecked. Bit of a sandwich there between the tanks of Kazna Kru. Look at this, Near You sneaking round the back in a full clip, and this is going to be brutal.
Near You and Griffon are the guys that need to decide this game for Tornado if they want to win this match now. Kazna is slowly dropping, don't forget, Piotr has that driver, Amorek. Nexus has the clip, he is the key player now for Kazna.
3 tanks against the 6 tanks of Kazna Kru. Make that 5. Kazna Kru still have the guns though, to be able to make them fire. Diplomat looking for a shot on Griffon, Griffon on reload. Diodor trying to hold him off, Diplomat looking for a high roll, 402. Stun off, but call me Piotr there in backup. Diodor's going to get a kill on Diplomat, but there's Haiba coming in for backup. This is exactly what Kazna Kru need to do. They're coming back in this round. They're going to take this one back. It's going to be 4-3, and Tornado are not safe just yet.
Nice counterplay there from Kazna coming off the cap and forcing the fight when they had more guns. This is good. This is good. The boys from Europe are still in the play. Sorry for us being subjective, but that's how it is.
Kazna Kru not done and dusted yet. They are still in this match. They want to take this one into tiebreaker. Kazna Kru looking to secure their spot, looking to decide who they want to play against here for the quarterfinals tomorrow. They are not leaving it in the hands of Tornado. They are not going down quietly.
Kazna needs to play now their defense of the Ghost Town. We've seen them do that really decent in the previous matches. So, in previous match, which they played. So, we can only hope that they can actually repeat it against Tornado, but Tornado is much more serious opponent here.
It's been a damn good fight that Kazna Kru have put up here. Many people expecting it to be a bit one-sided here, but you cannot count these guys out. They have been to so many different tournaments. They've been to so many domestic tournaments, international tournaments. They've been to America, they've been to Russia, they've been to Poland. Kazna Kru know what pressure's like at LAN, just like Tornado. This is a very equal matchup in skill and experience level between the teams.
Well, this is actually the closest game that Kazna had against any of these kind of teams ever. We know that. But it's happening, so they might actually turn this over. There is still a chance. Yes, Tornado is on a match point, and they are playing attack on Ghost Town. Usually attack is actually better side, as we've seen like a second ago. But nothing is given.
It's not over till it's over, Mojo. It's not over till it's over. Kazna Kru looking to take this one into tiebreaker. Let's have a look background. Watch how quickly Applewell falls here. That is, wow, like in the blink of an eye. Great crossfire there from Kazna Kru. Being able to preserve their
drivers
HP.
on strike on Kazna side, like 3 of them were dead in one moment.
Griffon going down there to call me Piotr. Great fighting there from Kazna Kru, holding it into the end. Various tanks in the team on such low health, but Kazna Kru making their shots count. Fantastic focus fire from them and still surviving in that situation. I mean, just look at this. It looks about equal at this moment. Kazna Kru actually on the downside. They were down by a considerable amount of HP.
Yeah, I thought
but
actually Tornado has it here.
Yeah, but they were able to focus their shots. Tornado just didn't have enough guns in the battle at that particular stage. In this area, so many times the fight in Ghost Town ends up in this area. In Europe, we call it Death Alley, you know, and that's where tanks end up. Haiba coming in at the end there, fighting with Diodor. Diodor, nothing left to do. Call me Piotr can come around the other side, get sandwiched, and Haiba picks up that killing shot. So, Tornado still on match point here, still leading the way, 4-3. Still in control of the match right now, but Kazna Kru wanting to take this to tiebreaker. Fantastic damage there by Diplomat.
Diplo doing, again, good damage on Super Conqueror, like in previous games. Diador near you, Nescu and Griffon following him, but hey, Kazna won the round, although only one guy is on that top page.
Same amount of shots, almost the exact same amount of hit percentage.
Almost
penetration just better for Kazna Kru.
Almost same everything.
Damage
like
blocked, damage blocked similar, yep, everything.
Details, just details prevailed here. Couple of shells that were blocked and not penetrated, that's about that.
Kazna Kru, I mean, if you look at how it went.
900 damage, man.
When you look at how it went with the damage blocked, it's probably what actually was the deciding factor in that
900
exchange.
damage, and Kazna blocked about 1k, so that's pretty much the difference we have.
Just goes to show, I mean, this is like unique Yato earlier on. Some people would come into that expecting a stomp. I was a bit, you know, unaware of how good Yato were going to be against Unique, and they put on a hell of a match. And we've seen fantastic matches throughout the day, and we're ending on a high here as well. Kazna Kru giving as good as they get. It's going to be a round 2 here on Ghost Town. Kazna Kru looking to make this tiebreaker 4-4. Tornado leading 4-3, wanting to get this one done and dusted, wanting to finish the match, but it's not over yet. It's not over, not at all. Tornado attacking, Kazna Kru defending.
4 Super Conquerors for Kazna in defense and STRV, call me Piotr in Bachat. I think we will see that boost, but I'm hoping a successful one because Isne and Piotr usually do it well.
Let's see how this one goes. Tornado red side attacking, Kazna Kru on the blue side defending. Tornado with a couple of IS-7s there. You'd expect maybe cap shenanigans at base 1, but no. Tornado doing a rope-a-dope and everyone is going south, Mojo.
They're going south, they're gonna pretend.
Kazna's read this.
They're not climbing STRV up. This is really nice. They're actually doing something unpredictable, rotating Bachat and STRV down. This is again a good read by these teams. Haiba didn't spot anything down.
Kazna sees Nesqui, or Haiba sees Nesqui there. Kazna Kru positioning himself.
But A7 is spotted on the other side. That's more important info.
Now, Tornado might be able to take this fight because they know there's an I7 up there, but they see the AMX 50B there as well. Cap Tactic being started in the middle, but Kazna Kru are in a position to be able to deal with this. They have got control of the bottom of the map and they don't have everyone committed at the top of the map.
Amazing. Nesqui smelling that something is fishy here and he stays behind this cover here. Now this is actually not good for Kazna because Tornadoes pressure the cap. There is no rotation from other side available for Kazna except Haiba, which can do it because there is a 50B there, and Nesqui is rather safe in this little hill depression.
So, Tornado have now pulled away from the cap circle, repositioning himself here as Kazna Kru start to move across the map. Near you takes a hit there from Yizne as he starts backing off, trying to get himself safe. He's going to be able to tell his teammates, hey guys, I got shot by the STRV. Another shot going into Near you as Call Me Piotr trades some damage with him. Call Me Piotr's going to back off safely, and Near you is down below half health right now, and his IS-7.
But he's very much alive on 800 HP, covered by the rest of the team. And there is a clash on the other side, but that's 50B against I7. 50B cannot take him out, but I7 can't do the same also.
IS-7 just going to back off down that hill. Haiba against Nesqui there. Haiba using the terrain to his advantage, and Nesqui's going to turn and run as well.
So both of them are hello mate, I'm just going to go.
They know where the 50B is. Kazna Kru keeping him spotted. Nesqui in this area, and Griffon coming around to give him a bit of support. So there's going to be double 50B going to try and wrap around the top here.
It's not a support, it's Hunt. It's Hunt. It's not a support. They want him down. That's why the Super Conquerors from Kazna are close, but I'm not sure will they be able to actually help Haiba. Haiba is up on a ledge, and this is the moment that can actually decide the game.
Near you, pushing up now, trying to get some vision here. The Batchat and the STRV moving past them right now. Haiba being picked off by this double AMX 50B combo. That has brutal damage coming into him. Haiba getting caught in between two of them. That is great play from Tornado, knowing that the IS-7 was isolated.
Near you is the only one guy on the low amount of HP here, but these 50Bs did their job. They will reload now and pressure Kazna from the other angle. Kazna has no choice. They have to push in on Tornado now.
Kazna Kru pushing everyone in now, taking damage across the board. Call Me Piotr drops down Near you, but they need to start doing damage to the rest of the tanks of Tornado because Kazna Kru in return have taken multiple damage and they're down by about 2,000 health right now. Oh, Diplomat caught in the crossfire here. Oh, shots from the front, shots from the back, shots from the side. Diplomat goes down to Griffon.
What was Vetso watching there, I don't really understand, but Nexus is playing one-on-one against Diador, and there is all over the place little fights on the map, but Kazna is in a crossfire. forced to push. This is not a game they're gonna win.
This is not looking good at all for Kazna Kru. This is looking like Tornado. Oh, Nesqui's rolled over onto his roof. He's on a reload. He can't do anything. Applewell takes out theirs, but it doesn't matter about Nesqui right now. He is a casualty of his own mistakes. Tornado currently leading this fight by a strong margin right now. They're going to be taking this fight 5-3. That means Tornado are going through to quarterfinals to play top tier, and Kazna Kru will be going through to quarterfinals against Ding.
Yeah, they gave up shooting on him with premium ammo, so they switched to HE. Nesqui died, toppled over. Gravity against Tornado is a permanent enemy here, and we must remember that. But even like that, it was more than enough for Tornado to win a match. 5-3. It was 5-3, like we said, but
5-3, just not with the right team, sadly. Somebody on the analyst desk called it Mojo. It looked like Nesqui at the end there was taking some lessons from Safi in the APAC region about flipping tanks. But that's all done and dusted now. Tornado top their group. They go through to the next stage against top tier. Kazna Kru, second place in their group, are going to go through and play Ding tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Kazna Kru put up a hell of a fight here against the reigning world champions of Tornado, and that was an entertaining match to cast.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was a good start for Kazna. They had everything rolling, and then that Murovanka happened. That was a chance for them to stay in a high lead against Tornado, which would even be a problem for Tornado to catch up, because this is best of 9, not best of 13. So yep. Kazna would have a really high, moderate chance to at least go to tiebreaker there. But like this, Tornado is a better team of the day, and at least one Russian team won over Europe.
Yep, indeed. That's only one Russian team beat Europe, because in the other round we had Oops absolutely smashing Rush aside and knocking Rush out of the tournament as well, an extremely important situation. So of the 3 Russian teams that came here for the final battle, only 2 of them are going to be moving on out of the group stages.
And we might say all of the 3 European ones will move on, and also both American.
Both American teams as well. Best result that America has had at an international tournament. A decent enough chance to move into the semi-finals, although they're going to have hard battles, because top tier is going to be facing off against Tornado, and it also means that Elevate are going to be facing off against Unique. I think Elevate Unique is definitely going to be a highlight match, because Elevate right now are kind of unpredictable, with losing a match really handedly, losing 5-0 to Oops, but then winning 5-1 against Rush. Elevate are definitely going to be something that Unique are going to be like, what do we expect, boys? What team are we going to get, you know?
I really don't know what will be the highlight, because we're going to have to wait for that. I mean, we also have a cross between C and D, and I would really not rule out Yato. Yato is a serious team. They played really well, and I would really recommend to anyone who faces them not to play around with it.
Yep, so quick rundown for tomorrow. We are going to get, actually, we'll leave it for the analyst desk. I'm not going to tell you guys the quarterfinals yet. You're going to have to wait and find out from the analyst desk, and they're going to break that down for you and discuss the potential matchups. Mojo, for this one, Kazna Kru did
look
lead.
At this!
Nesqui upside down on his roof.
And Applewell is, I bet Applewell is like, yes, it's not me, like, it's not me, it's not me anymore.
He's like, see, mate, I told you it's easy to do. Kazna Kru led this match 2-0, picking up the first map on Ruinberg, which was Tornado's pick. Murovanka then both went to Tornado, and it could have been Kazna Kru coming into that one.
Should have been Kazna.
Could have been a 3-0,
should have been, not coulda.
Shoulda, coulda, yep. And then we went into Mines, and that was where Tornado were able to step ahead and take the lead. And then this first round here on Ghost Town, that went to Tornado, meaning the score is 5-3 here. Tornado, they are victorious. The current reigning world champions go through to the next stage, top of their group. Kazna Kru put up a hell of a fight. Call me Piotr, highest player there for his team. He actually has played really quite strongly this season. Unfortunately, and Murovanka was team killed by Dares. Could have been a very different scenario had he been alive, but Tornado just too good in the end, really, Mojo.
Yeah, man, and also we didn't need that push on the hill, but Kazna decided that it is worth of a shot. So we will see how it goes. From this match, what we can see, Tornado again losing a couple of rounds in the start, and then saying, okay, that's enough, let's go, let's do it. Also, Tornado never backing up from a fight, so that's what really I like about this team. But also Kazna the same. They do know to play aggressive. They do know to wait if it's needed. And we are going to see hell of a matches coming more from them.
Yep, indeed, that is all for me and Mojo this evening. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Before we go, we're going to go for a quick interview, then back to Analyst Desks. Let's listen to Tonya and the winning team.
Thank you guys for amazing casting, and right here I'm with Julia and with Applewall. We will talk a little bit about the last game of the group stage. So, quarterfinals, what do you think about this last game?
Что вы думаете об этой последней игре?
Последняя игра была сложная, я не ждал. И 2 раунда мы сами проиграли по личным ошибкам, и 1 просто нам не повезло.
This game was really complicated. 2 rounds we lose because of our mistakes, and one was by the way.
I can't ask, actually. I can't miss this opportunity. What happened to Rush? They were your principal opponents. What do you think about they leaving the group stage? And I don't know, do you feel relief?
Что вы думаете об игре Rush? Они не вышли из группы. Может быть, у вас есть какие-то соображения по этому поводу?
Мы с ними не тренировались. Мы не тренировались с командой Rush на протяжении 2 недель перед подготовкой к этому лану. Мне кажется, это и сказалось.
And now, who are your main opponents in the playoffs, maybe?
Кто ваш главный соперник теперь?
Наш главный соперник — это мы сами, потому что все команды одинаково играют.
The main enemy is ourselves, because the teams are playing the same.
And I think this is the hardest enemy, probably yourselves. Okay, thank you very much for the show. Thank you for the interview. And you guys, now your turn. So Matt, over to you.
Tanya, thank you very much with Applewell there. We've got Near You with me and the wonderful guys Myland and Annihilator on the desk. And another win for Tornado, as we all would have expected, would have foreseen. Went as planned?
We didn't expect that Kazna Kru did this kind of tactics to prepare against us, especially on Runeberg. It was really cool ideas, and it was too difficult for us to just reopen this kind of tactics because of misunderstanding in a battle. So we just confused.
Okay. That's not something that often happens to Tornado, is it? You're very good at adapting and dealing with what you see.
Yeah, yes, of course. We are really good in situational games, and but on attack of Runeberg, it was really difficult for us to think over the tactic of Kazna Kru because of the mouses, which rush over the mid lane of the Runeberg, and after that. I7 of Kazna Kru just grow up at the hill and look at the all meat.
What did you think of what Kazna Kru were pulling out of the bag?
Well, I mean, on Moravanka, we saw this really, really aggressive 2-line push that I think caught Kazna Kru on big surprise when you had the cap and then you have these tanks on the north side of the map. Was it expected that Kazna will push so quickly around your side, around through the north?
We were confident in the at the 9 and 0 lane because of 3 aggressive tanks. For example, T100 and also 2 Batchat, but Batchat of Kazna Kru team was going such single like he's driving through the whole row of the grass of the hills and just turn on my face like 10 meters like in the region. And I was surprised too much at that moment.
Here you can see there's the clipping onto Diador. How were you feeling in that moment? What was going on in the team? Like you thought you would be losing that round at this point?
Yeah, we were really disappointed because Diador can't repair his tank, but also above penetrate 2 shots to the bad shots of theirs, of the Kazna Kru team, and then he decided to go to theirs and just to kill him.
You can see
just a guess.
You on the defensive side actually counter pushing there.
Sure.
Was a counter push plan from the beginning? You just didn't want to wait, or was it like an initial idea?
It's we didn't expect that they would go to the 9-0 line, but it was just a situational game.
And one chance I saw there for Kazna. Do you think if they would have triple capped and the moment you pushed, they would have won the round?
If they turn around and to help their tanks, I think yes, they can do their best and they can kill us.
And then next we saw on Mines, you had in my opinion, a really good defense. You know, you went on the water with the IS-7, you spot, and then you could make the cross. And then a few minutes later, we saw Kazna pushing through the middle. Was this unusual? Did you expect them to come maybe from the 1 line or from the 8 line instead?
Actually, it was something unusual for us because it's a really stupid idea because of maybe misunderstanding or maybe an unknown situation of Kazna Kru. We had got all positions to win this battle. Yeah, all the crossfire, all positions to win this battle, especially T100 at 0 lane and I7 at 5th lane. Also I7 at 2nd lane. It was just like to penetrate a baby, something like that. Because it was really easy because 4S7 just had gone to our guns.
Yeah, then going over to your defense here, to your attack actually, sorry. You picked 2 AMX 13105, very unusual. Did you plan doing that from the beginning?
Yeah, of course, we decided to pick this tank because also these 2 tanks, except TVP and T100, can damage 0 line when T100 climb to this mountain, and also we prefer to go with 113 to the climb to the center hill. Because of the 3 super conquerors, which is really imbus, but when you picked a hill, it is too difficult to repush it.
Again, another match which on screen there with statistics from it looks.
They're very similar.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of the numbers are quite close to each other.
Yeah, Kazna was really good in that match because because it's really hard for us to defend and to attack, especially on Runeberg.
You face Top Tier in the quarterfinals tomorrow. We've seen a good showing from them, but I imagine for a team as experienced as Tornado, you are confident on making it not just past them, but all the way to the final of this thing.
Top Tier, it's a really good team, and they show their best, especially in the match against, let me see, Ding.
Yeah.
They're in A group, and I think that Top Tier have got a lot of strategies in the Vanguard, so. It will be a really hard match for us, but it will be a quarterfinal, and after that we will
And
go at the semi-final.
And you'll face Oops or Yato.
Yeah, or Oops or Yato.
So we have to ask you a little bit about Oops. It could well be Yato. They are a brilliant team, as Mojo was saying with Hector just now. They are a terrific team. It's a challenge for your boys in the quarterfinals.
Definitely.
But Oops have put Rush out of this thing with a bit of help from Elevate. We mustn't overlook that. You guys maybe want to get some revenge on Oops in the semi-final for your compatriots.
Yeah, we were training with Oops. When
there is that to it as well.
When they would play against Navi and maybe show different kinds of maps and what kind of tactics can maybe Rush probably can play.
So you've actually helped them against Rush rather than want to get some revenge for Rush. So this is going to be a very exciting semi-final when you both know each other well.
No, they go for us and just tell us, just ask us to help them, and we think about it like, it would be a really good idea to help them.
To knock Rush out earlier. Well, they did it. As we saw earlier on, Oops did knock Rush out. Congratulations near you. We will see more of Tornado, of course, in the quarterfinals and maybe all the way through to the grand final at WG Fest on the 23rd of December. So here's all the matches that we've had on day 3 of the World of Tanks final battle. Long time ago now, Ding started things off with a 5-0. We've had some, shorter games over day 1 and day 2 than we've had here on day 3 when things were getting really tight. But it was Ding putting the Chinese team Steelman out at the start of the day, which made them top of Group A. Unique and Yato was a great contest earlier on, and the young team Unique in that seeding game, they've topped their group. Yato are runners-up of that. Rush and Oops. If you missed it, you need to go back and watch that. That was a great contest, as you can see by the score. More importantly, Rush, formerly Na'Vi, they are done for the final battle 2017. They're out. Oops topped the group, and Elevate came through with them as a result. And we've just seen Tornado and that great contest against Kazna Kru. So here are our 4 groups. Ding top tier, Tornado, Kazna, Oops and Elevate, Unique and Yato are all through to our quarterfinals tomorrow. That's 2 teams out of 2 for NA and 3 teams out of 3 for Europe. One of the CIS teams is out, one of the APAC teams is out, and we've lost both of the teams from China. Our 8 teams progress forward in tomorrow's quarterfinals like this. Top tier are facing Tornado, as we just talked about. Oops will face Yato, Unique, Elevate, another great contest, and Ding, Kazna Kru. Now, where have we heard of that before? Well, $150,000 to the winner of all of this when we get to the grand final at Wargaming Fest on the 23rd of December. $75,000 to the runner-up of that, but we need to get through the quarters tomorrow and the semi-finals on Sunday before we can even look at WG Fest, still a week away.
So yeah, lots of great matches to see here tomorrow. I mean, every one of those could go right to the wire. There'll be loads of content.
We start 2 hours earlier tomorrow because all of these quarterfinals and, of course, the semi-finals, they will all be best of 13s. Top tier and Tornado will kick things off at 10:30 Central European time. Then Unique will be playing Elevate, probably not twice. I suspect that's not quite right. I think we'll be having top tier against Tornado. We'll get Oops in. We'll have them play against Yato. Unique Elevate will be the 3rd game of the day. And we'll round it all off with one of those classicos that we do love in World of Tanks. Ding and Kazna Kru and some broken hearts. Remember, it's eliminations from this point onwards.
Once again, Ding and Kazna Kru, the EU Derby. And yeah, really hoping this one to turn out in favor of Kazna Kru, finally.
Could happen, couldn't it? But we saw a strong performance from them against Tornado. But Ding, apparently they played sometime today. Feels like a very long time ago. But a good performance from them too. Who is going to turn up? We've seen teams not showing us our best, and we've seen teams that we thought were going to be, knocked out perhaps a little bit earlier, really delivering all the way here at the final battle. Had fun today, Niall?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is probably the best of the group days, and particularly the Oops versus Rush match. If there's one match that you go back and have a look at, it has to be that.
Yeah. Very historical moment here, I think, in the World of Tanks esports history. First time the former world champions Rush go out in groups.
Group
I guess,
stages,
yeah,
yeah.
Oops have written history today. And yeah, if you've missed that match, go back, watch it. Definitely worth it.
You're going to watch that again, surely? I imagine Oops are going to keep that and
Every
watch
day.
that many, many times. Have it set as an alarm to wake you up in the morning. Yeah, that was an amazing game, not just because of the history that it's caused. We'll be talking about this for a long time to come, that Rush are out of this group stage thanks to a European and NA team in their group, but also a great contest, well worth a look anyway. My thanks to everybody involved in our group stages and our production, to Hector, Daki and Mojo, of course, for the fantastic casting, Tonya for her interviews, and to these wonderful guys on the desk, Myland and Annihilator. I'm Matt Andrews. Thanks so much for joining us. That, ladies and gentlemen, is just halfway through the final battle of 2017. 3 days of groups done. Quarterfinals tomorrow, 2 hours early. Remember, 10:30 a.m. Central European Time. Semis on Sunday, 23rd of December. 2 teams will fight out the final battle for World of Tanks of 2017. The grand finals there, but we got a long way to go before then. 10:30 a.m. Central European Time tomorrow. Make sure you join us for the World of Tanks final battles of 2017.